Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Minecraft Monday, week number 10, as we are live here from the UMG studio. Myself, as always, Landon Sanders, joined by my lovely couch, my analyst, my everything, if you will. We've got Taylor Reflections, Noble, and Nine Hole Grains, guys, for some awesome Minecraft action. Guys, we have officially hit double digits. We are at 10 weeks of this bad boy, and I got to say, I was not expecting this. Not that I wasn't expecting to get to 10 weeks, but I feel like it has happened so rapidly. We've had so many different conversations. I know, kind of ahead of the broadcast today, we were talking about lore behind Minecraft Monday, the history behind some of the players. It's very vast now.
It feels good to be at 10 weeks. Like, you know, you always want to reach that milestone with a new show, and the fact that we're finally here at 10 weeks always feels good, especially because you look at other series that we have, you know, whether it's Friday Fortnite, whether it's Call of Duty Gears of War, but the fact that Minecraft Monday has now been here for 10 weeks feels really good. And it feels good, too, because that's when we introduced Nine Hole Grains, baby, and you've been a staple now to this set. Always good to have you here.
Thank you, as always, for including me in this and having me here. And you mentioned historians and all of the different stories behind Minecraft Monday and the lore that's there, and I think that's what's made this really fun. We've had a ton of different players come in. We've had a ton of different modes, a ton of different setups, but the stories stay engaging. They stay the same, and I'm just so happy to be here again for Week 10.
Yeah, we have so many different things to talk about, and I know that I think what all of us have been playing more Minecraft than ever before.
A ton.
A ton. Like, legitimately, I know the world has been hit by the Minecraft storm, if you will, but we here at the studio have done the exact same thing. We've been grinding. I was strip mining this morning before I was doing research. Got 13 diamonds, baby. I'm trying to lock that up.
I was playing yesterday, and I tweeted out, "Oh, I'm addicted to Minecraft. It's my new addiction." 10 minutes later, I tweeted, "I'm taking a break because I just fell in lava. I lost all my enchanted armor, lost my enchanted pickaxe,
Did you have a
diamond
bucket
pickaxe."
of water?
I did not. Well, I found that you can't do anything if you fall in lava. Though,
you can put the water on the block, and it'll rush in.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. You can't put it like in the lava itself, but if you put it on the block,
I just gave up. I was so mad.
Right.
I was so mad.
From now on, bucket of water. You're good to go.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. I think Arrow was telling me that too. He's like, always carry a bucket of water.
Yeah, it's always key.
Because I'm always burning up or falling in lava at some point. So I need a bucket of water.
Well, while Taylor attempts at maybe trying to improve his Minecraft gameplay, we'll go ahead and take a look at our game modes coming into this week. For those who watched week number 9, it is exactly the same thing. The maps will be a little bit different when it comes down to Hunger Games, but like we said, we've got Hunger Games for game number 1. That one will be played on Treasure. We've got Bingo for game 2, Find the Button for game 3, Parkour Race for game 4, Skywars for game 5, TNT Run, one-shot Spleef, followed up at the end by Hunger Games. And as we talked about, that one is going to be played on SG4. And one game mode that I'm kind of looking out for in terms of this week, guys, and I know we were kind of highlighting it last week, Find the Button.
Insane.
That by far produces more points than any other game mode. Now, it has some competition, but for the most part, Find the Button has only increased as time has gone on.
So Find the Button, Fitz and Swagger Souls last week, 92 total buttons they found. Techno, Jack Messi, 91. Marome finished in first, I do believe, at like 93. So, like, the fact that you can get that many points, and that's like, what, 400? Because you got to remember, too, you get that bonus of 5 points whenever you find the button the first time. And I remember, I think it was one of the duo from Marome went into
Bajan Canadian.
Was it Bajan Canadian?
Yeah,
he went into that one house.
One house. Yeah, I think it was the Chum Bucket even just went into there.
Oh,
it was the SpongeBob themed map. So walked right in there, and he just started shaking his head more and more as the smile got bigger, and he knew that he was getting all those points.
And he found like 10 buttons in that one house, and he was the first one to touch them. Crazy.
It really is. It's unbelievable to think about. Speaking of Bajan Canadian, though, let's go and pop up our participants. He's just one of the many players that is going to be playing this week, yet again with his good old buddy Jerome. Team Rome has returned, and my goodness, look at a few of these rosters that we've got going on this week. Technoblade alongside Phil's Skeppy, Bad Boy Halo, 2-time champions together, looking to make it a third, and kind of the overwhelming conversation, guys, Team 2, Team 4. The big thing is who is going to capture their 4th title first, right? Skeppy, Technoblade, both at 3 for right now. And I got to say, this week, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun. And again, we talk about the stories, and this is really only a story that can come when you've been around as long as this has been going. There have been ups and downs, different teammates for different sides, but I think today, gentlemen, these have to be 2 of the favored teams. One of them will be able to have a title, the first to 4, and truly the king of Minecraft Monday.
But, of course, Bajan Canadian and Jerome, right? The Marome duo, 2nd place last week. They finally broke that dreaded 3rd place spot. Now this week, can they increase ever more and go towards first place? Now, beforehand, we have a basketball goal in the office. I was like, if I make it, who's going to win? I think it was like a Techno. If I make it, Techno and Phils is going to win this week. If I miss
Skeppy
it,
and Bad Boy Halo.
Okay, Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo. If I miss it, Asian
careful.
Canadian and Jerome's going to they're going to win. But of course, I think the wall. I didn't even hit the goal.
Yeah,
So
No, he did
Jerome,
not.
I
It was
think
a hard thud.
we're on your side. I think they could win. I missed it badly, and I was trying.
It's true. I mean, hey.
So I'm a caster for Minecraft.
I heard a very loud
Not a
thud. I'm
basketball
not, I'm
player.
not sure if there's like a dent in the wall or anything like that, but it could be a little bit close. Who knows? Let's go take a look at our next page of participants. As we've got first off, team number 7, Ewok and High Sky together again. We're really excited to kind of watch their performance when it comes down to their second ever week of Minecraft Monday. They came through last week and finished 12th. And I know for a lot of players coming into this, like we know how skilled some players are, and obviously Ewok and High Sky, very talented players when it comes down to Fortnite. As they I think as they play this more, their overall placements are only going to continue, and that exact same conversation has been spread to team number 12, XQC and Moxie. We knew they were talented. We knew they have the ability. I mean, for God's sake, XQC, professional Overwatch player in his history, so we knew that they have some real, talent there, but it just kind of took a few weeks over time. And what we saw last week, they finished with their highest placement ever in 3rd.
So XQC Moxie, they did incredibly well in Bingo. They were, I think, the first team to complete their card. On top of that, you went to Skywars. That's where we saw Moxie really tear it up. XQC also had his moments too, and Moxie would drop early. So you have to definitely have them in the running as one of the top contenders for this week as well. They consistently do good, and on top of that too, XQC is always trying his heart out because he doesn't want to let Moxie down. So definitely top 5 this week for them. But I'm excited to see Ewok as well as High Sky. I think Ewok is so quick-witted. I don't know if you guys follow her on Twitter. Watch the chat. She's so funny, and I can't wait to see what she brings to the table this week.
Well, we got A60, Spiffy, Vicstar, Zerka, Afamu, and Net Nobody, Vader, and Buddha just kind of rounding things out. Some very talented teams and some obviously very interesting rosters to look out for. But I got to say, I think a few teams kind of in my mind as we kind of look throughout the participation pages was, well, I think we have Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo kind of on our target. These are teams that we think have the ability to be on that pedestal for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo, Technoblade and Philza, Beige and Canadian and Jerome, and then are we thinking XQC and Moxie? Those 4 are in real contention for first place. Now, we could be surprised. Obviously, we have surprises all the time. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if we see a team enter in that top 4, that top 3, top 2 conversation and maybe shock us all. But I think, is that a fair kind of estimate right there?
I agree. I think that's absolutely fair. I mean, it's kind of a shame, though. I want to put Vicstar as well as Zerka up there in the mix, too. But Zerka from FIFA now to Minecraft, is he going to be able to compete well and kind of keep that torch going? Because Vicstar, first place last week with Skeppy, obviously a great performance. And Vicstar, if he's in the running, you have to have him on your radar. But Zerka's going to have to hold his weight this week.
And I remember when they played last time together, they ended up finishing 9th, which is not the greatest performance that you want to see. I know Zerka does have somewhat of a history in Minecraft. I think he has his own Minecraft channel, if my mind serves me correct. But still, to a certain extent, I don't know if you can, like I said, kind of put them on that same pedestal, put them on that same kind of caliber as the other players. Because to me, what screams so good for these rosters is consistency. As a team, they are always dominating. It's not just one player kind of carrying the load outside of Technoblade, which it doesn't make sense for Technoblade. He always carries the load for nobody or for whoever he plays with.
It is pretty unreal. And one other team that we haven't talked about, Papa Platt and Basti. Last time they won the last Hunger Games there, and of course it didn't mean a whole lot at the end, but the fact that you can win a Hunger Games against these rosters and similar rosters to last week means that you are incredibly skilled. And we talk about the top contenders, but also the spoilers, guys. One of those teams is going to get spoiled by a team that's a little lower, and I think that Papa Platt and Basti are going to play the role of spoiler today.
And not to mention, they got 6th place last week. That's very impressive.
Absolutely.
So clearly another team you have to watch out for, because you're right. There's a lot of teams who can open the doors to maybe, spoiling top 5, as we saw, like you said, with Papa Platt as well as Basti last week. So with that being said, you have to be watching out for these teams overall. But another thing, too, that we haven't discussed, less teams this week, which means less points to earn in TNT Run or Spleef. And those are some games where we've seen teams kind of take off.
That's true. That's a good point, right? That's kind of a saving game mode for a lot of players. They can kind of rely on that one. If you're a player who kind of dodges those game modes, you're not really too influential about it. It's like, big deal. But now, hey, it's not going to provide as many points as you called out, right? Only survival points is how you earn some score off of those. Now, quick conversations that I want to have, right? This is the main talking point coming into this week. I know we kind of highlighted a little bit. Who will get to their 4th championship first.
Yes.
And will we see a fourth champion be crowned today? Now, in that conversation, right, we've got Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo from one side, Skeppy, and that situation. And then for Technoblade, obviously, he is going to be the main kind of topic of discussion in terms of who can get that one first. Is Filza going to be the player that we need him to allow for Technoblade to continue to kind of surge on as he has? Or are we going to see Bad Boy Halo and Skeppy, as they have done previously? 2-time champions together. They've placed at least second 4 different times. This is a very talented and consistent roster, and I did a little bit of research in terms of, I know we kind of go over the overall points after a game is kind of concluded to kind of see who has been the MVP for the roster. In terms of mini-game modes, Bad Boy Halo's overall average, 718 points per the overall tournament, right?
Sure.
For Skeppy, 702, right behind him. And that's a kill in Hunger Games. That is a few extra buttons and find the button that they are just differential from each other. Technoblade, 920, which is pretty crazy when you really think about it.
Almost 200 points higher.
It's so nasty.
If you think about it, so if we're only talking about those two in terms of who can get their fourth championship first, that conversation, and guys, feel free to let us know in the Twitch chat, on Twitter. Use the hashtag Minecraft Monday. Let us know your guys' thoughts on who you think can be that team. So the big conversation is, in this situation, if you were to go off those scores and assume that they are the same, can we see Filza fill the gap? Can he get that 500, 550, 600 points? Because previously he's been known to be around that range.
So that's the thing. I think Techno with Filza this week is going to be a huge contender. I think this is his best week as of previous weeks to kind of, take over the reins of first place. I think Filza is going to be a great addition. On top of that, though, Bad Boy Halo, Skeppy, anytime they're doing together, they're obviously on my radar. I think they're the favorite this week based on consistency and, as you said, the average placement points. Overall, they're my contender for first place, but honestly, Techno Filza definitely going to be up there as well. Wouldn't surprise me if they take first.
Okay. 9, your thoughts?
I think Team Rome takes it.
Okay.
I think we're going to have to wait and see our fourth championship. I think they are due. They have been due forever. They were due weeks ago. They're even more due now than they were.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
I think that is my contender to take it this time. They did so well. It just came down to the last engagement in the final Hunger Games against Vicstar. Had Bajan won that 1v1 and slayed out, they would have won it. It was just a matter of points separating them. I think they don't let that slip away again. They're my pick this week.
I like that. I like that pick to just go, you know what? Neither of them. Neither of them are going to end up taking. Like I said, we talked about Bajan Canadian, as you mentioned, right? Second place last week, only just a few points away from capturing that first place title. And Bajan Canadian and obviously Jerome as well. When together, they are so talented. We'll have to see exactly how everything lines up. But guys, we're going to throw it to a quick little commercial break. When we return, it's time for some Hunger Games. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Minecraft Monday, week number 10, as we are live here from the UMG studio. Myself, Landon Lando Sanders, along with Reflections and 9 Whole Grains. Guys, we're having some interesting conversations about some storylines for this week, the game modes of which you earn points, the kind of two highlighted players, the guys who have the spotlights on them for this week, being Skeppy and being Technoblade, who can capture their 4th title first, or will we even see them capture that, as Nine brought up? He thinks it's going to be Team Rome's week, which I'm sure a lot of the fans in the chat most likely kind of on board with that one. They probably gave a nice little nod, but yeah, I think it's fair. I think, right, in terms of the way that like this week is going to work, there are more storylines than we have probably ever had, because obviously it is our 10th week, which, you know, is nice based off numbers. But at the same time, there is a lot to kind of consider. A lot of players, a lot of contenders, XQC and Moxie, they're probably saying, hey, where's our not at? Right? We got 3rd place last week.
Right.
Where's our kind of favoritism being shown? And like I said, we have so many talented teams in this situation of that can be at the top or who could contend for a title.
Absolutely, and I was really happy with last week because of the mini games being added back, right? Just going from that traditional Hunger Games that we kind of tried again and then going back to the mini games, I think it was more entertaining. On top of that, it allowed for a much closer competition. But you kind of mentioned Nines on the break, specifically Skywars, and how much of an impact that is going to have. Kind of talk on that.
Right, well, it's the only PvP mode where we really play 3 different rounds, and that's kind of a big deal because, again, that's a lot of points, and especially in a game like Skywars. Last time we saw, it was either Moxie slaying out the whole way, it was Skeppy and Vicstar who had another big round, and then it was Basti and Papa Platt who had another big round, winning almost all the points from that type of game. So we talk so often about the difference between some of these mini games where you can't interact with the opponent, find the button, you're just trying to get your own points, bingo, you're really on your own, versus something like Skywars where you can prevent your opponent from getting those points. And I think we saw a little targeting last week as well. It felt like some of the heavy hitters were going down very, very quickly in Skywars, and I wonder if we're going to see that again.
Yeah, it was like as if you were earning a ton of points or none at all, and that can be, you know, mind-bending in terms of like the way that you're feeling about your game mode, and in terms of like having success, having some negatives, kind of going back and forth. And speaking of that, Taylor, speaking of, you know, these, you know, the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. I know we were having a few conversations. Right? We've all been talking about, the entire office is going crazy about Minecraft as per usual, right? The entire world is freaking out about Minecraft, how it's coming back. It's on the resurgence again, as it has been definitely for me. But social media has been totally focused around this game, and I know you were talking about like a tweet that you saw earlier.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it was like the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, as you said. Like how life changes so quickly. Well, this guy, and I don't know his name for the life of me, but there was a viral tweet that came out. It had like 1.5 million last time I was looking at it. Keemstar retweeted it, and he falls down, takes a ton of damage, and he was totally devastated by that. But he looks to his left, finds like 6 diamonds, and totally freaks out. He's happy, and then he looks away. He looks back, there's a creeper, and it blows up, and he dies. It was like life comes at you quick, man.
It's true.
You go from being so or actually so devastated to so happy to just gone.
Wow.
Devastated.
So unfortunate. Like, I can only imagine what my emotions would be like at that moment. Like how like amazing that would feel. Just be like, oh, there we go, diamonds. Thank you, Minecraft. And then as soon as you start to like just thank Notch for everything, it just instantly collapses.
It was no warning either, because it just fell straight on him. You know.
I gotta ask you guys, what do you think as we get ready to hop into our first game really quickly? What has caused this resurgence of Minecraft? Is it a collective amount of things, or what really is it?
I mean, Minecraft Monday helped a ton. I mean, I know that with Techno specifically.
Yeah. Big numbers rising there, but I think it's the fact that we've all played it. The player base is already there. There was not a need to build up fans. We've all been Minecraft fans at one point, and now we get to sit back and watch the show as we start our first Hunger Games.
Yep. Here we go, and already TNT apparently placed. Some players already losing some valuable HP. Was that Bajan at 1 heart?
Yes.
Oh, now 2. So thank God that Bajan is still alive, because what a wrench that would be thrown into the setup, as a few players know what the idea has to be. Take the elevator up. That's old school elevators, baby. As it looks as if they will be on the jaunt. So we talked about Treasure Island for our first map. This is actually our first time having it on broadcast. So I'm super excited to see how this one will start to kind of form some strategies around it, how players will start to interact. Do you go for the middle? Do you try to get out instantly? It looked as if quite a few players had some interest when it came down to that center section.
I know there were enchantment books on top. I didn't catch if there was enchantment books down low, and I don't think there is.
Oh, gosh.
But if there's enchantment books up top like that on those platforms, fights right there could be very risky. And on top of that, running away might not be an option, because you have to run on these long platforms. Because of that, it opens you up to getting knocked down via an arrow. It opens you up to maybe a third P opportunity, so it makes it that much more risky if you're one of the teams that love to hang around those enchantment books.
It's also going to be interesting to see. I believe it's a multi-layered map, too. Of course, we started on the bottom, and now we're here. Came back up to the top. So, again, like you said, a very interesting dynamic here. There's also a lot of water on this map. And, guys, every time we talk water, it's always two things. It's an escape route if you really have to get away. But if you're too far out, you're not getting back in when that zone closes. So I look for a lot of these teams to hang out in the middle, but the middle's where everybody's at. So we've already seen a lot of people go down quickly.
Papa Platt and Basti.
Yeah, already.
You mentioned him, right? That was a team you were looking out for. They're already gone.
That's just the factors that happen, right? The random assessments is Jerome. Spotted someone on the flank, and speaking of flanks, looks as if he's already being attacked right now. Brought down to, what, 3.5 hearts, and Vicstar is not slowing down anytime soon, as this would be massive if Jerome already falls. And yes, he's done. At the same time, though, Bajan has a little bit of success, right? Takes down a 60, but no regard. Already half of Jerome has fallen.
Skeppy also too on Ewok, and Bad Boy Halo picking up High Sky. So Ewok, High Sky are now going to be out, but you notice High Sky did in fact eliminate Bad Boy Halo, I believe, after he died. So
TNT maybe?
Maybe TNT?
Something like that, yeah. Fall damage, something along those lines there, but you know, I've said this every week. You can never count out a former champion here. Vicstar got so well kitted up off the beginning, almost full iron already on top of an iron sword. And, you know, Minecraft is one of those games, especially here in Hunger Games, where no matter how skilled you are, sometimes it's a numbers game, guys, and sometimes you can't overcome better gear.
Very true, right? Having the best gear obviously helps you. That's why Techno was so successful in Hunger Games previously, because if you slay out 10 people, you have your pick to the entire lobby of not only iron, but also swords, whatever you want to pick up, ender pearls. So it does make a difference. Another engagement going down in Lennon. Who do we have?
Yeah, Technoblade, Filza, the main roster to be looking out for, of course, along with Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo. Techno wanting to get off to a hot start, and that TNT is not helping a whole lot right now, as there goes Connor. Those pants now sent back to the respawns, as there we go. Filza instantly on the hunt. We talk about how is he going to contribute this week? How talented can he be? And you notice instantly Technoblade pops open that compass. He wants to get an idea for where Captain Sparkle's route may be, and trying to utilize those lily pads. And Captain Sparkles takes a big shot to the chest, losing 5 hearts. And look toward the skies, boys. Captain Sparkles realizes what is going to come as Filza drops him, as we are down already toward 5 teams. And I got to say, Technoblade a little bit slower, right? He and Phil's a little bit slower to the party in comparison to other rosters, but they finally got their own there.
They did. Did you guys see what happened at the kill
XQC
feed?
and Moxie, gone.
Really? I didn't see that. Okay,
Skeppy,
wow.
Skeppy sitting at most elims right now and best gear, getting the job done right there. Coming in and eliminating a big team. We saw that Techno did have a diamond sword as well, so you know they're going to be kitted up. And guys, this is where the game gets fun. 3 of our best teams still up, well kitted up, and there's really only one place they can all go to, right? They're all going to end up at the middle here before too long, and this is where the execution can really start to come into play.
Absolutely so, right? Now you got to be thinking about those chests refilling as well, so that's an important factor these teams are going to be thinking about. But Skeppy by himself, Bajan, Canadian, or Jerome? Which one's still up? Because I know we lost one of them.
I think it's Bajan, right?
Bajan.
Yep.
So Bajan's still up, Skeppy's still up, but both of their partners are gone. So it's going to be more of a survival game now. But I guess for Skeppy, for him, though, he really doesn't care. He's going for the 1v2s, but the only team he really has to worry about as of right now, though, Vicstar, Zerka still up there, right? That's a duo that you have to worry about, specifically Vicstar, but also Techno and Filza. It's going to be a tough 1v2. If Skeppy pulls it off, though, that's going to set him up very properly. But with that being said, Vicstar on the hunt, 1 player in front.
It's going to be Bajan. Actually gets hit in a tree, and I want to say he was a little bit too long involved with that chest, which is going to allow for him to fall. Yeah, nothing really done here toward the end of things. So a solid one to take down if you're Vic and Zerka at this moment. I mean, this wasn't a roster that we really had kind of on our radar, but at least so far in Hunger Games, they're one of the top 4 teams that is still alive. They've been finding Elam somewhat consistently so far throughout the match, but to see how things start to continue as what we see kind of going toward the top of the pirate ship. Sky and Afamau just trying to get anything they possibly can, right? Trying to find some excess loot because they know how difficult these fights are going to be in-game.
So interesting enough, Net Nobody, Afamu's still up. We also have Vicstar and Zerka, Techno and Filza, and then Skeppy in the midst. So Skeppy, as far as I know, the only solo now. Enchantment table being locked down. This is kind of where I talked about the battle taking place. And Techno, Zerka, or excuse me, Techno and Philza, they're going to be right here in the mix. Techno loves locking down middle section of the map.
And this is the time to do it, right? You see here right now, go up here for a 3P opportunity. He might get the jump on Skeppy here too, and that would be huge. Techno's going to opt to go for it here. Does see that, but that didn't go that far. I think Philza's going to get the chance to give chase, and you see Techno 2 pearls of his own. This is looking pretty grim for Skeppy, only at 9. Techno going to take any damage? None, actually.
Oh, he's going to throw him off?
Oh, the fall that? No. Oh, he did. He did. Did he hit the platform, not the water?
He hit the platform just a little bit off to the side.
It's been too long since we played Dropper. We've forgotten how to play it.
And Zerka's just kind of like, oh, this is the easiest loot of my life. Fantastic. Everything's just raining in from above. We'll take it.
Looking up like, what just happened?
Well, this is going to be an interesting dynamic, right? Yeah. Because you're going to have the zone close in. It's not really a matter of, space up and down. It's really going to be all inclusive. So who's going to jump down to that water? Who's going to try to climb up toward the top? Is unfortunately Afamau most likely done in just a matter of seconds. And you notice Philza instantly on the hunt every time. And there was a moment where I was thinking, is he getting a little bit too over-aggressive when it came to the rush with Skeppy? What does he do? He rushes in, backs up, waits for Technoblade, then he engages. Philza has been an all-star so far throughout this game. He and Technoblade are working out incredibly well and handing him some iron boots as well. Get that chainmail off. We got to get prepared for this last fight as there are only 2 teams remaining, one on the high ground, one on the low, and Technoblade, of course, wants to sink his teeth into the fight, vending to go and go down this waterfall.
So most teams in this situation will kind of opt to take that high ground and not even go for the engagement. But honestly, Vikkstar, Zerka, they don't care. Techno, as well as his teammate, they don't care. They want to fight it out.
Oh, they're going toward the top.
What?
They don't
Vikkstar
realize.
does care?
They don't realize.
Well, this is an interesting thing, too, because remember that the enchantment tables are at the top. So as long as bottom is held,
Zerka's caught.
You couldn't, and now Vikkstar going to have a very, very difficult time. He can get up there and get to the enchantment tables if he wants to, but he can't waste too much time. And this is going to be very scary. You see he's going for the opportunity. He has the diamond sword. An enchanted diamond sword might be enough to turn the tide here. But now the question is, how's Techno going to get up there?
Well, maybe Ender Pearl if he has one?
Maybe. Throwing everything at him except for pearls at the moment.
And Vic tossing out, you guys want to fight me one at a time? Would that be a little bit easier, hopefully? And my goodness, like I said, Vic, just unfortunate spot, right? They were trying to go up while Technoblade and Cove were already down. They thought ahead, and clearly it worked. As now maybe trying to have some diplomacy going back and forth as Vikkstar slowly but surely making his way down. And actually does spot a few players, right, trying to come on this waterfall. And instantly wants to try to go for the single out. And there we go. Here comes a few tags. I'm not sure if he was aware of Philza, but yes. Oh, in fact, Philza's going to knock him down. He does hit the water regardless, but that is where Technoblade, the shark, is ready to go to work. But the golden apple tries to get utilized, but it's not going to be enough, as that will be game 1 in the books. Technoblade and Philza walk away with this one. And guys, the fight at the end I thought would be much more climactic than that, but it was not at all the case. They singled them out and they went to work.
You know, if that's the kind of stuff that we can expect from Philza over the course of this is going to be very, very scary. Look at that. Techno being the one sitting back and waiting as his teammate goes up. You know, Techno's just like, whew. Been a little minute since I've been able to do that.
Yeah, he's chilling, right? And I mean, obviously feeling good. We knew that coming into this event that Philza obviously was going to be a great addition, and that fall damage, I knew it was going to take somebody out, and unfortunately ended up being Skeppy. But you know, Vikkstar having that high ground, I was surprised that he actually came down. I wasn't expecting him to be honest with you.
And you know, one other thing that we really haven't talked about as we see the scores right here, a very nice finish from Technoblade and Philza at 130 is, you can take a look right here, guys. We've been talking so much about fewer players in Spleef, in TNT Run, what that means. Here, there's not many points to get in Hunger Games either, and so often we see at the start maybe a couple of the other teams just running into each other. That's maybe 40 points that can't be won by these top teams later on in the game.
Yeah, that's true, right? And that could allow for a lot closer of scores kind of toward the top. I think what we saw well, for the most part, a big disparity after third place. There was an absolute drop. I think it was like 60 to 20 between third and fourth place, which seems like a lot, but in terms of overall score, it's really not the craziest amount, considering the game mode that we still have available, which is going to be Find the Button, which could be very defining, that's for sure. But game number 2, I believe, is going to be Bingo, which I'm really excited about. I know we're going to be watching a few of the streams, trying to get somewhat of an idea for that, but I know when we first started Minecraft Monday and we implemented Bingo, it was like, oh gosh, we're going to get to this Bingo card. How do we make everything? Since Minecraft has kind of really been on the recent resurgence, I think a lot of people already kind of have that in the back of the minds. Like, oh, wait, how do I make a cauldron? Oh, yeah, it's really easy. How do I make this? Oh, it's pretty simple. I've been playing enough of it already. You already know how it works.
And one team that's kind of thrived the most is XQC and Moxie whenever it comes to Bingo, because they won the first one. They were the first team to complete their card. Remember the first time they were playing it, though, when we were watching them? They were struggling a ton, right? Pulling up the Wikipedia, trying to make it work out. Last week, they ended up taking first place. But last week was interesting because you guys remember the Skelly spawner?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Skelly spawner with the lava, too. Who was it? Was it Vicstar who was trying to do the lava, like plant the lava?
Oh, yeah, it was, I think.
Yeah. So it's like things get crazy when it comes to Bingo, especially with the diplomacy, as you'd like to talk about at the end.
Yes, diplomacy here. This is one of the few modes where you can just maybe win over some stuff. Say, hey, 200 or 300 Twitch Prime subs headed your way if you give me some wheat. That was what the big fight was over last week.
It was
the bone meal they needed from the skeletons. That's where that came into play.
Right.
And then XQC and Moxie won because XQC was like, wait, a village. They have wheat.
Yep.
And got it right there. So this is going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't watched Bingo yet, we do go into the different perspectives, and we will be starting on that giant diamond block with a face, Mr. Skeppy.
Yep. Good old Skeppy. Going to see what they kind of have in mind. I know as time goes on, we'll be able to lay witness to what the Bingo card is looking like, but you see them already off the start, wanting to get as far away as possible, maybe trying to visit a new biome, something of the sorts, and instantly going down for the digging. And I think the communication coming through from Bad Boy Halo saying, I believe in you. We got this. This is our time. And normally, like I said, this is the #1 rule. You'd never want to dig straight down. But this is this is different, right? You have a lot of stuff going on.
Nice guy asking, how do I make a fermented spider eye?
Oh, gosh. This is going to
Sugar and eye.
Well, yeah, look at that. Dolan very quickly answering.
I like it. Thank you, Dolan. Look at that. And Hi Sky, very polite. Thank you, Dolan. I appreciate the help. Yeah, always, Minecraft, I'm telling you. Special breed. They're always so nice. P, no P. I respect it.
Problem? Wait, no, that's not
no problem. That's not a problem, man.
So one of the strategies that we see often here is, of course, teams split up, especially when you need to dive down very deep for this. I know that diamond boots, I have heard over the comms, is something that they need. That's a lot of diamond that you'll need.
Doesn't Skeppy already have diamond boots on?
Oh, that's true. I mean, technically, by definition, right?
Once again, no, don't leave 9. 9, of course, always asking every week, Taylor, are you going to provide any help? And so, I don't know. Ewok, though, of course, doing the...
I love how they're all like just asking, how do we do this? How do we make a fence? How do we... Wait. They already have what they need to make a fence. They have 16 wood blocks. You can do that.
Well, I don't think she knows, though, unfortunately.
I was going to say, that would be... Yeah, you could instantly make that, so...
Hey.
There you have it.
If you don't know, you know. Look at the code Ewok on the left with the dog and a flower.
I like that.
See, I like that.
That's nice.
I like that.
It's a nice touch. Very nice touch.
I'm telling you. Ewok has been making some moves in the community.
She has.
Joining FaZe was just the beginning, and then pushing forward. I expect a lot out of her.
Oh, this looks like a place that would have iron. Let's go. Let's go. Oh,
the deep baritone voice of one Mr. Techno.
Actually, a huge disappointment, and I hate this. All right.
Oh, yeah, he says over and over, and then maybe not happy with it. But you were saying earlier how earlier on in Minecraft Monday, people were having to look up things on the wiki and try to identify what was going on.
Yep.
Techno, for all his PvP skill, was one of those players who said, now, wait a minute, how do I make this again? So even the best aren't immune, but I know Filza is another player who has done very, very well for himself, and I believe this is more in his wheelhouse anyway, so this is another team you'll need to listen for. XQC and Moxie found diamond boots.
They're savages when it comes to bingo. I'm telling you, last week.
And the hacks, always. Death,
there
taxes, and techno calling hacks, things that you can always count on in real life.
They did find a ravine, which is always going to be nice. Yep. So at least they have kind of that, and I'm not sure what else is on the bingo card, so that could really kind of come into usage if they want to try and stay in that area. So who really knows? Maybe not. Like I said, maybe it's just a matter of getting toward those diamonds that instantly trying to back away. But, yeah, it looks as if it was XQC coming in clutch, finding the diamonds off the rip, and It's always a matter of, do you want to try to go for the most difficult item first or try and hold off? And at least for XQC and Moxie, as there's quite a bit of fall damage taken, they normally go for the most difficult item first. It is always like kind of on their screen. Oh, they found this. I forget what it was last week.
Well,
I remember what the main item was.
Enchantment table was one. Well, wheat. It was wheat that they found first.
Wheat was the hardest one. It was the obsidian that they were trying to find. Well,
for the enchantment table.
Not necessarily hard to find, but at least hard to mine, or takes forever to
mine.
mine.
You have to get diamonds. Then,
so XQC was kind of in charge of that. Moxie was on his own, kind of doing other things. So. For going for the hardest, I'm always for that. I think with anything being related, you go for the hardest thing first.
That seems to be the case. I mean, a lot of rosters, you'll see them get up to, 4 out of 7 or whatever it may be, like kind of get, or rather 4 out of 9, excuse me, and then they'll struggle with the last things while everyone else is kind of just carrying on. Now, if you have good diplomacy skills, it could work a little bit different because then you rely on getting the easy items first. Then once everyone has kind of got the more difficult stuff, then you kind of move on from that. But who knows, man? Who really knows now? It looks as if you got Bajan on the screen now, going for that iron. Hey, everything is key. Take your time. Mr. Minecraft himself just being ultra careful and even digging straight down, which, like I said, this scares me a lot, but sometimes, most of the time it works out.
Well, hey, who are we to tell a Bajan Canadian how to play Minecraft? Mr. Minecraft is the name.
That is true, yeah.
It is true, but again, listening to these comms, found a cave.
There you have it.
I'm getting a bunch of iron right now so I can get some pickaxes rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the comms.
You know what's I got diamonds.
Oh,
wonderful.
Oh, that's gold. That's gold.
I was going to
say, where's the diamonds? I didn't see it.
That is so unfortunate.
It's good either way.
Well, they need gold.
They need gold. Okay, perfect.
I didn't know that, so that's good to know.
You know what's fun about this, too, is you can look at videos from 4 or 5 years ago, and they will be communicating the exact same way that they are now. This is just a blast from the past.
It is true. It is exactly the same thing. These guys always got to be looking out for them, but
Another hack's coming out? Who else is hacking? Techno?
Everyone, apparently.
everyone
You're
in
beating me?
response.
Hacks. To be fair, Techno is the blood god, so it's kind of like. But with that being said, though, A6D making some glass. What do we got? What? Oh. So what did you just make?
Okay, very good. Good job. Okay.
Great work there. We see Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo getting in with Fermented Spider Eye. So that's a tricky one, too, because sugar not the easiest thing to find, depending on the biome that you're in.
That's true.
I did see a lot of desert area. So Dead Bush shouldn't be too hard. Clownfish.
Actually,
Is there clownfish?
There is a clownfish. So then we also saw the diamond boots.
We're starting to piece things together. Yeah, there's dead bushes everywhere.
And then Fermented Spider Eye. That's all that I've seen so far, I do believe.
Well, there was lime green something. I forgot exactly what it was, but that was the last thing that XQC and Moxie got, and I believe that was when we saw the second accusation of hacks coming in from Techno. So if you're curious, that seems like another difficult item, and I think that that's really the key. There it is.
Okay.
Lime dye, and I think that they're the only team that has found that so far.
Red stained glass. Okay, so that's 5 out of 9. Papa Latte as well as Basti. Papa Plat. Vicstar now. Vicstar's only got 1 item so far for his team.
Maybe they're going for the difficult stuff.
That's fair. That's fair. So right now, probably, I think he's trying to make the stairs.
I want to get the gold. I want to secure the gold.
So okay, so the
I think
gold
he's trying to make
obviously.
the fence. Wait, is he?
It's a very specific
already
type
have
of
the fence?
wood fence that it has to be.
There it is.
There it is. Had to go a little ways to find the correct tree.
Right. Gonna go for the jungle wood, but already got it. Got it on lock, and like I said, it's a matter of sprinting quite a bit. I mean, Vicstar was a guy who was constantly searching last week for all the crucial items. I'm not sure with like we kind of talked about, depending on who he's playing with this week, right? Zerka, Sidemen, got that extra chemistry factor. Maybe they already kind of have a few things in mind, but. Like I said, you can never count out Vic, man. Like I said, a multi-time champion. This guy, very, very talented. For those who used to play, VicCraft, one of my favorite servers of all time. So he's got a lot of history when it comes down to this game, and seems to be talented at pretty much everything he gets his hands on.
Papa Platt now watching him. See what he's going to be up to. And they have found, so I think they're leading the way with 6 out of 9, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, they're going to be one of the front runners for sure.
Definitely do. Now, I don't think they have found enough gold for the gold block. I don't know if they found the diamond boots either. So those are some things that are going to slow them down because they found a lot of the easier items, but not some of the difficult ones. So,
and it's worth noting, talking about the scoring here, that again, if you haven't seen this before, the top 5 teams all score the same.
Yep.
It's just as fine to finish in 5th as it is first, but we inevitably get to this point where there are 7 teams that are all at 8 out of 9, and it just becomes a race to get that last bit. And I think that is why XQC and Moxie have found such success, is because at the end, when they get to 8 out of 9, the hard stuff's out of the way.
Right.
I think they're the only team, if not the only team, one of only a couple, that have found that full block of gold. So you know that that's going to look good for them. There are 5 out of 9, but the 3 hardest they've already finished.
Got to be in the driver's seat, right? That's going to be talking about like 6 out of 9 items. That's nice, but like I said, for the most part, they've got the difficult stuff out of the way. Now it's time to somewhat relax. As there we go, Lime Die found for Vikkstar and Zerka. So we'll kind of continue to swap perspectives a little bit now, taking a look at Connor Eats Pants. Personally, one of the best names ever.
You think so?
Absolutely. Connor Eats Pants. It's wonderful. Like I said, he and Camp Sparkles this week have some high hopes for him, as I think Connor does spot Zerka just through the walls. There could be some interesting moments if they aren't careful, right? I mean, you try to take a few blocks away. I mean, it is a matter of finding some diamonds. You got to find some gold, so it's going to take some digging. But it wouldn't surprise me if they try to take a few things away.
Oh, well, last week, I believe it was Skeppy and Jerome who ran into each other and were trying to battle over some iron ore. I think it was Skeppy who ended up tossing some of them. So, of course, you never want to be on the losing side of that. But like we said, some underhanded tactics can come into play. For all the diplomacy, there is some deception that comes into it as well.
Now on the other end of the team that we have to be watching out for in this tournament, Zerka paired up with Vikkstar this week. Good to see Zerka's perspective.
Well, they finished second right in Hunger Games. So
they did, yes, second place.
As long as they are in this top 5, they're kind of good. I mean, they're pretty well off.
I'm telling you, I think they definitely have a chance this week. Like I said, Zerka was the wild card, but Vikkstar definitely did very well in the Hunger Games. Finished in second place. Some lava coming through. Luckily, he didn't just drop down. Been there too many times. Liking the skin.
Taking a look here now at Philza, switching over there. So 7 out of 9 that they have. Taken a moment to discuss. Let's listen.
Stained clay. Wait, do you just have regular stained clay, or?
That is what I meant.
I like Jerome's shirt today. What is that?
I have no idea.
It's like tropical, or is it anime? I can't tell. Or is it both?
I was going to say there are.
We need higher bit rate.
There are anime that take. You know, that almost looks a little bit like Splatoon if you squint a certain way.
Oh,
everything to you looks like Splatoon.
It's true. It's true.
I like how it just instantly. Yeah, it's probably the truth. You're probably correct on that one. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I still don't know. It looks like sea creatures to me. I feel like I'm seeing.
Sea creatures?
I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing. I don't know.
What is that?
Jerome,
Chat, what is that? Let me know.
Somebody
it's nice. I like. He looks great. Now.
Somebody go into his chat and ask. We need this.
Yeah, we need some help here.
Huh.
Bro, we should have gone for that strat.
So 7 out of 9. Curious what it is. Definitely has to be the diamond boots.
You think so?
I went into Moxie's furnace and took his sand.
Oh. Moxie's so mad right now.
I was gonna say.
Wait.
Huh.
Are these his?
Well,
he's taking him. That was XQC's. I was going to say, I was like, is this Jerome? Surely not, as we see XQC going fishing for a puffer fish. He's taken away.
Are you allowed to do that? Or?
Huh.
Ask for forgiveness, not for permission, apparently.
I like that.
That's the way to live life. I'm a huge fan of that. By the way, people were saying, looks like Pokemon Roblox, maybe a Japanese flower shirt.
That's a lot.
Honestly, Japanese flower shirt, that kind of makes sense.
That's a solid guess. Or maybe you know. I have no idea.
They're there.
See, I like this.
Where is the ocean next to spawn?
They were fishing, and now we're not. Tropical fish. Need a clownfish.
Well, we've been talking about tropical
Finding
things
Nemo.
on the shirt, so you know we've had a lot of nautical references here. We of course have the Finding Nemo of Zerka. We were discussing sea creatures on Jerome's shirt, and now
Was
Not
Nemo a
squid?
clownfish?
There you go.
What was Nemo?
Did you say was Nemo a squid?
No, not a squid. Was he a clownfish?
Yes. Yeah, he was a clownfish.
Oh, this is
Right,
not a
because-
discussion I thought I'd be having today.
Well, his dad would try to tell jokes in the movie.
I mean, what dad does not?
That is.
Was that an intended joke or was that
Huh?
a joke?
Yes. No, it wasn't an intended joke, but it was a joke, I
Okay,
guess.
I
Yeah.
wasn't for sure if
I'm telling you,
the
I'm
clown
funny when I
thing
try
or-
not to be. When I try to be funny, I'm just not funny. Weird.
Interesting how that works. Let's go and talk about a guy who we obviously have to have on our radars this week. Obviously playing alongside good old Technoblade. We've got Philza, and he's fishing. I love this. I used to love playing fishing games back in the day.
Like actual video games?
Like
Yes.
big old bass?
Mhm.
That was a classic
Big ol'
series.
bass.
That's a series.
No, I used to play. I had this little handheld and had.
Yep.
You know
I
what
know
I'm saying?
exactly what
and
you're
then it had
talking
like the reel on the side too and everything.
Yep, I got that for Christmas one year, and it was literally the best thing ever.
For real?
I think I accidentally broke it though, and then so my fishing career pretty much went down the drain. But you kind of get the idea.
Your fishing career? You had a fishing career?
My
at one
online
point, man?
fishing career, yeah, it's just down the drain.
Your
Everything after
online
that.
Has there? I'm curious. I got to Google it on a break. If there's ever been a fishing tournament, I'm sure there has. Like not. I'm not
mean
saying a real fishing
online?
tournament. And on like
Can confirm there definitely are fishing tournaments.
like a gaming fishing tournament.
I'm sure there has been.
In before the gaming fishing league starts and we're casting it.
Oh, I'd be great.
Would you?
I mean, depends. It really kind of depends. Like if it is very realistic, we're gonna be casting for probably like 9 hours.
A fishing tournament?
If it's like real life, like
You know
realistic.
who we would have in the fishing tournament? Hex.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Shout out to Bashers.
You know, this is sort of turning into a fishing tournament as well. This is the third perspective we've seen of somebody fishing.
Is this Moxie? Okay, I knew. I heard XQC's voice.
Wouldn't surprise me if someone just had XQC stream up anyway if it wasn't Moxie, right?
North of spawn.
How am I throwing it?
Slash spawn and then go north, apparently, in the ocean.
That pig is just very.
pig is
He's
creeping.
admiring it. I'm not sure if that chicken's helping, like the fish start to come in or not, but could catch something that you never really had intended. Is Jerome still with the smile on his face, the shirt on his body, in the boat, as he'll go and sink on in,
We'll
maybe
be
having
seeing it.
another strat in mind, maybe going for a few more steals.
So I got a
which wouldn't
question.
surprise me.
I got a question for you guys. Now, the other day I was just cruising on my boat.
Yep. Okay. As you do.
As you
in
do.
Minecraft
As you
or
do.
in
No, in Minecraft.
Okay, just gotta make
And
sure.
I went down and I got attacked by all these monsters.
Wait.
What was that? What is this?
More fishing, gentlemen.
Oh, I thought for a moment we were watching Jerome and he was gonna try and steal the fish out from underneath him.
Everyone is here. Everyone is fishing right now.
Riveting content. Hey, we're with you, my guy. We're right in the same boat as you.
You can just see on Captain Sparkle's face just disparity. Just no excitement whatsoever. Just like, we are looking for fish.
Riveting content.
What did he catch?
Wire hook. So
We caught a tripwire hook, as you
Look
would.
at that. Techno was standing right on top of it. The admin says Techno is right on top of it, and the Techno's like, wow, thanks for telling everybody where it is now. There goes our advantage.
Wait, what was it, though?
So Lake said that Techno was standing right on top of the squid spawner.
Wait, how was he on fire?
How
Elder
else?
Guardians. Makes sense.
See, I don't know which of them threw that bucket, though. Either one of them could have been the one that did it.
So,
That's Jerome.
so,
Jerome was just having some fun this game, man.
so
He's not making any friends.
Purpling in chat says clownfish
This
are
is
very
really what
rare.
it's
As the
come
chance
down
of
to, is
catching
just sabotaging
one is
people?
only
Really?
2%.
This is what
Only
it is now?
2%.
Oh god.
Huh. 2%.
Mitch. I just got killed.
All right, he is an evil man.
Get techno. Get techno. Get techno.
See, Techno knows.
He just backs up into the water. Like, no, I don't want that.
Captain Sparkle's move.
I love how Cap Sparkles just watched it. It was like, wait, can it actually hit me over here? In fact, it can.
Bajan's doing it as well. They're both doing this.
Oh my god, Jordan.
So they're both doing it at the same time. Like,
Oh my
it's
God, I
not
almost
just
got techno with it.
Jerome while Bajan goes and fishes. No, they're doing it to everybody. This is interesting.
Techno is saying, you are so lucky this is not a PvP mode. You are
Literally.
so lucky.
Well, hey,
Someone's
they're-
made a dock.
to be
We're
fair,
going out far.
they're only at 7 and 9. So lava's cool to drop on people, but you're not catching fish either. And you're definitely not helping your diplomacy by pouring lava on people.
Look at all the boats in the area. Gentlemen, this is the fishing tournament.
This is the fishing tournament that we were asking for, Taylor. And this is how it would work if we were to cast fishing. Exactly like
Remember
this.
when we were talking about how quickly life turns around?
Yeah.
We go from talking about casting a fishing tournament.
Wow. I
You like
that?
that?
I do. I do like that.
Because what do? You cast
This is
the line?
nice. Look how calming this is.
Oh.
Outside of the lava that's been placed. Outside of that, everything, very calm. Very nice. Oh, and Skeppy casually lit on fire by Beige Canadian. Oh, Skeppy. Oh, wait, Skeppy just died. Skeppy just died.
I don't know if we want to touch
I
this.
like how Bajan just casually backs up as if, yeah, that wasn't me. I'm just fishing over here. I have no idea what happened.
Can we get Bajan's perspective here?
No. Wait! Aphmu and Sky just got a clownfish.
Oh, they've
done it!
Become the most popular team in this lobby.
100%.
Can we call them the chosen ones right now?
Yeah.
They have been chosen by the fish.
Been chosen by the Minecraft gods. Well deserved.
You
That
know-
is very difficult.
Guys, we have been to the Nether. We have made enchantment tables.
Yep.
The only thing that we're missing now is the Eye of the Ender Dragon. But I think the most difficult thing is this right here.
Oh no!
Oh.
What the heck? Ah! Woo! Woo! Okie dokie.
She is just as confused as me.
Wait for it. Is this the replay?
Oh, hello, Aphmu?
I love the reaction of just
That
instant.
was-
Yes!
that
We've
was
done
the-
it!
That was the replay right there. You
Love
got
it.
to see it, folks.
That's incredible. I love that. Just the ultimate excitement. And now it's a matter of, should we trade items?
This way.
Would you be interested
All right, well, if you get
in
squid,
having something else?
then we literally win. All we need is a squid.
Well, they just need a squid?
Need a squid.
That's pretty simple. That's a lot easier than a clownfish, I'll tell you that.
Just want to
But apparently Moxie and Co. are also on the hunt for squids as well.
I found
Just want to give a shout out to someone in chat, by the way. His name is Fish Can't Life. No more relevant is his name than this very moment. Fish Can't Life. Shout out to you.
Oh, Papa Plot, Basti, they complete their bingo card first. So this should be Papa Plot and Co. as wait.
Jerome is trying to kill me.
I said she has to be careful because she could drop that fish.
That, oh my gosh, the wars
Literally just trying to kill
that
A
would
little bit of
ensue.
conflict? Come on.
Of course.
Oh, so that I can actually collect it when I get one.
Conflict is good sometimes.
Hey, it's content.
Hey, Jerome.
I like that. They're
Jerome.
literally getting to the point of each other as Moxie literally just wants to join the crew. He just wants to join alongside. Oh, he's going to do it to them. Moxie's not having this anymore. But if you're in the water, obviously the flames aren't really as accurate. Oh, no. Wait, where'd Moxie go? Is Moxie dead?
Did someone really die?
He could have either teleported or he's dead.
Kill him, but I didn't. I feel bad.
He killed
He's
him.
a real tryhard, this guy.
I think he
So
killed
are
him.
we, though. Oh, you want some of this?
Well, we'll get to watch. We'll get to watch. Okay.
He's trying to fight back.
He wants revenge.
Okay.
Wait, we have to watch this. I'm actually very curious what happens. This is the moment.
Fish, though.
I think.
Okay, he
Or keep
TP'd.
it out.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, if he got killed,
That's not what I want.
how horrible would that be? How frustrating would Moxie, more specifically XQC be? It would have been the throwing of monitors.
Time to see the one thing Techno might not be able to do. Fish.
The ultimate test.
Well, remember, in our first week of bingo, Techno spent about 30 minutes trying to find an apple. It was the last thing he needed.
Yeah, it's true.
Got a puffer fish.
Thank you, Beijing Canadian. Finding Nemo. Finally, what I said is relevant. It only took 30 minutes to get to this point.
How does Dolan and Grande have 5 out of 9? They're still gonna
See, he
catch up. They're
appreciates
gonna have
me.
like 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
I
has
see
no
that.
idea who I am.
The clownfish is definitely like the most
And that's
RNG
okay.
part of this whole thing.
It's incredible. Nether to sit.
Because landing a 9 do.
What's that?
You guys know who I am.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not listening to you. I apologize. I'm sorry. I was listening to Technoblade talk about fishing.
Come on.
This is it. This is the moment. There's the bubbles. Perfect.
Chat, send your
Darn
energy.
it.
I fished like 5, 6 things.
Ewok, Sue, Skeppy. You stole my stuffs.
It's going to run out of
it's gonna be
inventory
just- yeah.
space.
We got this.
This is the moment. This is it right here. And
No, and so I've already seen a stream. He's actually going to catch it in 3, 2, 1. I wasn't watching the stream. I'll be honest.
Well, we're watching his stream right now.
Wait, I am watching this stream. What?
I'm on the edge of my seat right now. I'm sweating in real life. I am in so much concentration.
I'm actually sweating IRL.
Oh, there's the bubbles.
Played video games
Here it is.
intensely
Gosh,
before.
darn
What
it.
was it? Trout?
Oh wait, someone else.
It was
complete their
Bajan.
card? Oh, Bajan and Co.
Nice.
Complete their card.
And there's no one
I
else
like
left
how
to
they
play.
completed where they were the ones who were by far just messing with everyone else. Now we're going to see a little bit of a replay kind of on their screens. Let's watch their reactions because I'm sure it's going to be thrilling. This is the best moment
Riveting
of
content.
today.
Track people down.
Here it is.
We need, as soon as we win, though, you better believe it.
Oh, he's calling it too.
Oh, drum! Speaking of which, let's go!
What timing?
Finding Nemo! Woo! I got this lava now, though.
Well deserved. Oh gosh.
Oh, no!
Who's here?
He's an evil, evil man.
He
Oh, no, no,
already.
No.
Of course they're going for Dolan Dark. Dolan Dark. They were calling out he has like 5 items.
Never trust a smile. I'm telling you.
Just the first thing that he says. I got this lava bucket, though. The first thing he says after they win.
He's got water though just to clean it up. Wait. Did he get saved?
Are they playing good cop, bad cop right now? Is that what they're doing?
Oh,
What are we
man,
building
who knows?
now?
One burns, the other puts water?
Oh! One of them died. One of them died.
They're gone now.
Oh, no, they're both.
Well, I think they TP'd, but we're still on fire. I have no idea. Oh, okay, let's go back. So there's 4 teams done, 1 more left, and all Technoblade needs.
Techno says it's a skill-based game, guys.
Yeah, we got
Everybody's saying it's 2% chance.
So we didn't win.
Who got
like,
first place?
Zafamu and Co. did get their card.
We're in the top
And
3.
Have
Spiffy
completed
and
it.
A6D got theirs.
Was that it then? What's his items done? 4. Oh my god. This is what happens after you complete your card. It is just thank the Lord. Let's just chill out. Let's just have some fun. Let's pour lava on people. Let's maybe even try to swim a little bit longer than we should.
there's literally a spawner.
Wait, there is a squid. Everyone wants a squid, and it is right there.
Squid spawner?
For those who did want it.
No, it's like, do they want to let people know?
There's a squid spawner right here.
Oh. Oh!
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Look at how sad XQC is right now.
He looks like me before I got pied in the face.
He looks so sad.
Unbelievable.
He looks so sad. Oh.
I was looking at chat.
He was a little-
He was looking at chat.
Imagine if that was it. Imagine if that was the one.
The only way.
So diamond boots are found from Vic Zerk.
Oh, imagine the hype if he finds this. This would be unmatched.
It's the last item, right? Yeah, 809.
Bubbles, they're around.
Thought the Patrick was something. I was like,
Oh.
I got saddle.
a saddle?
I don't think the odds are too great for that either. That's remarkable.
Just going to empty out the inventory. We do not need any of these things. Oh, Fortune 3 enchanted book. Yeah, that's nice.
What?
Did he find that in the water? He found everything.
He has found every rare item you could find except the clownfish.
Vicstar still. This is like his version of Nick Merckx right now.
What
like, literally.
if Vicstar goes up and gets this on his first try?
This
He
would be
is just
incredible.
now building this.
Watch. Let's see. He just threw a boat in the water? Okay.
How about your sharks?
This is, no, this boat, actually.
Alright, let's get that Nemo. You might as well get in it. Yeah, sit in it and fish. I think, I'm going out into the water. I just feel like that where the Nemo's.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, you're going to scare the
Oh,
fish. Don't get over top of it like
Eh,
that.
it doesn't work that way.
It's not real life.
It's going far away. Yeah, this is a long cast. Oh, Moxie, just hanging out.
It's not a long cast. We only cast about 2.5 hours for Minecraft Monday.
The intensity, the bubbles. Oh, Connor, captain. They did it.
No, Techno and Philza got theirs. They were
Oh,
the
wait.
last one.
Oh, you're right.
Wait, Techno actually did it?
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Philza got it, it sounds like.
Oh my god, yes!
His reaction.
Phil is the bingo god. He just sits there and fishes 4 hours a day on Twitch.tv.
Fishes 4 hours a day.
Oh, man.
Check out that content.
Tell you what, riveting. Absolutely riveting. I don't think I've ever been more on the edge of my seat in that moment, guys. How
That
about
was-
yourselves?
I'm not going to lie. I love that. That was great.
I got to say, the ending was actually pretty fun. Like, I'll be honest.
What, with
Just
the
watch-
lava?
Well, if I was a player, I would hate the lava. As someone who was spectating, I enjoyed it. But just like the riveting moment when everyone caught the reaction of catching the fish was just, was unmatched. Like,
I
everyone
still
was
wanted
just
XQC to
overwhelmed.
catch it, though.
Yeah, it would have been great. I can only imagine how frustrated
Got a
he must be
saddle.
at this moment. But hey, Technoblade fills a big moment, right? They end up capturing their clownfish. But it's no joke that they are in the first place position after 2 games, 250 overall score. Followed up, though, by Vicstar and Zerka, Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo in third, and Spiffy A60 rounding things out in fourth at 144 overall points. So things starting to kind of get a little bit interesting, but a roster that we also have to talk about, XQC and Moxie, one of our teams that we kind of have in this conversation right now are nowhere near that top 3 position that we thought they could have the potential to be. I will say, it's only been 2 games, and we know how talented they can be at things like Find the Button or kind of these other mini games. I know they were very talented when it came down to bingo last week, but any team that kind of missed out on that top 5 opportunity, it hurts.
Definitely does. It definitely does. And I was just kind of looking to see if anything changed. No, nothing has changed as of yet. Obviously, we know that bingo really isn't the biggest game changer, but Find the Button is now where these teams are going to succeed. Last week, we saw SpongeBob theme. This week, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But I am excited. Maybe a clownfish theme. I don't know. There's something in the water clearly about that. I'm making so many puns today. It's actually awesome. I'm about to make so many Twitch clips after the stream.
I would love for an aquatic version. Oh my gosh. Imagine if it was all underwater. How frustrating. Find the buttons.
Let's not imagine that. Let's not imagine that.
Let's not. I'm not giving any.
I like that. I like that.
That makes one of us.
Well, I'm always the odd man out.
They would literally be like, oh, we found 5 buttons. Yeah. Like, it would literally be that type of
Let's
game.
go back up to the top. Okay.
Yeah, there'd be like buttons at the very bottom you'd have to like literally sacrifice yourself for.
to
like,
get
like Lake.
Okay, that
we
would
would need.
that would actually be kind of an interesting dynamic.
Oh, everything is like stone in some capacity.
There's no buttons. Where are the buttons?
Hi, Sky.
Hi, Scott. That is the question everybody's asking. Where
Wait,
are
did
the buttons?
Skeppy just fly through the entire map just now? I have no idea. Oh, he has ender pearls. I'm dumb. Apologies.
It's all right.
There you go. Flush the toilet. There you go. Says hello to Sky and pretty much just moves on.
Guess this is an Alcatraz type of deal here.
There you go.
You guys ever been to Alcatraz?
Have not.
I've been there a couple times.
It's a long way away.
I used to live in California. I went to Alcatraz. Great place. Wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say I'm not sure like how pleasant that would be, but
yeah, it's not Pleasant Park, but
See, this is water. See, this is what an underwater map would look like.
yep. Legitimately.
this is water. This is what an underwater map would look like.
How long is this? I'm actually curious, like what?
Nee, das ist niemals was, oder?
Oh, so they're outside. So you can apparently go outside as well.
Man muss safe in der Mitte
Okay.
sein.
Is this a good strategy? So there's 250 possible buttons. So he's roaming around. Okay, so goes on the outside, has the ability to maybe find some exclusive buttons out here. And that's the thing we talked about last week when it came down to Beijing Canadian, was that he was finding buttons that nobody else was. So he was getting kind of that extra bonus, if you will. The question remains, though, will we see that happen in this moment? Who knows? But regardless.
Yeah, a fresh button can kind of be worth, I believe, what is it? A fresh button is worth 10 points, 5 points?
I think it's 10.
It's 10 points, so
I
that
think
is
it's 5
as much
regular, 10 for first.
So, yeah, I mean, that's 2 buttons for the price of 1 here. So, again, to kind of put a number on here, twice as efficient. And like you said, I don't think that Bajan and Jerome last week ended up getting more buttons than Techno did, but they got more points as a result. So that's a big deal. And one of the nice strategies you can have is tailing behind somebody, because if you can't get anything, you can at least do that. And, oh, that's dirty.
Next level.
Oh,
there you go.
there he goes.
Simpler than you thought, Skeps.
Good work, Skeppy.
We're very far behind, by the way.
I like how they give each other some props. They go, yeah, we're very far behind. So
Got to keep it realistic.
yeah, you do, right? Got to keep that same or that regular mentality, right? But this is the thing. Like, everything is so camouflaged in, it is not going to be easy. And wait, Connor?
Yep.
Technoblade Filza? People are at 25 already.
And that means that there has been an update now in the notifications. I believe 15 was the furthest we got to see
Right.
last time. So now we'll see how far this goes.
Honestly, yeah. Moxie, yep, 25.
Is that the very top?
Yeah, literally the top floor.
Okay.
Now I'm exiting the floor.
There's so much stone that it's like, at some point your eyes just wouldn't be able to differentiate
Like,
a
who
stone
made
from
this? Like, if you made this, I feel like it'd be so incredibly frustrating.
The term is sadist.
There you go.
I think he just got really excited. He found out. Okay, yeah, follow Techno.
That's a sound strategy.
100%. 100%.
I think Bajan's here as well, so a little follow the leader action.
So apparently, wait, is it +4 player score for finding a button
So
now?
I think that it's the first
changed?
3. I think it's the first 3 that get additional points, and then every time it gets hit after that, it gets down further. So
Interesting.
we've kind of talked about the development of this game mode, which is not something I thought we would be talking about, but I think that teams have started to adopt some different strategies. Maybe one goes out further to try and get the points maximized the most efficient way that they can. Well, another one maybe follows behind some of the other powerful players and at least recoups some of that and get some points for it.
Either that or find distance, right? Distance yourself. Everybody's been in this area. Meanwhile, on the other side, we saw a team who was in the grass area. No one was out there. Now, is it smart? I don't know. We kind of talk about it. Go back previous weeks. I think it was quoted 80% of the buttons are within the main sections. So if you kind of venture out into, you know, maybe on top of the roof or out in the grass area, you might only have access to 20%, which is pretty tough. But
I like this strategy that we just saw from Techno. So instead of like looking at every little individual piece, he actually 3Ps to try to catch every single point of view in case he misses one, which, you know, granted, it's still hard to see, but I like that kind of maximizing your time rather than looking through a few differents. It's just a matter of, hey, let's just go and rotate through. If we see something great, if not, we'll just go and move on. But in the game of how camouflaged these buttons are, you got to be creative in moments like that. And not surprising at all that happens to be Technoblade who's doing stuff like it, but regardless, up to 39 buttons. I'm not sure if we're going to be record-breaking this week. What, we got like 93 last week?
93, yeah.
But still,
93, 92 is crazy.
We're around that 40 kind of mark, I think, which is the highest at this moment.
Oh, this is probably first, right? Yeah.
Well, with that being said,
Way out here. Goodness.
Wait, this exists? Is he on a different map?
so you remember that one map where they actually got outside of the zone? And we were asking if that was a smart strategy. Well, clearly it might be. Spiffy, though, is finding quite a few buttons out here. There was one right there. Did he, or was that the chest? That must have been the chest handle.
I literally can't see them, okay? I'm actually not even trying to troll. How I stream my stream troll without even...
Can't see the buttons.
What's the score? We're at 139. Okay.
So they're still in this one as well. Like, we were kind of giving some props to Technoblade and Co. They're still right on their heels at 40 themselves, so they're also finding some unique buttons, which is almost as important when you really think about it, right? In terms of when we talked about Beige Canadian last week, I think he earned the most, or rather was kind of in that most points conversation, having the most buttons, but the ones that he got were the most valuable.
50 Cent. Does that mean 50 buttons that XQC and Moxie have found?
50 Cent button?
Okay.
That's what it said.
50 Cent plays Minecraft. Never in my day.
You can do spawn.
I'd watch that
oh
video.
My goodness, I had no clue.
I'd watch that video 50 Cent played some Minecraft. That'd be great. Just a matter of time.
To be alive. It's fine.
Before you know it, there's a song out about Minecraft.
The library? Not that I recall now. Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
So they haven't checked the library as of yet. 37 buttons.
There is a lot to this map. There's a
So
lot of buttons.
There's a boat, a grassy area, a castle. I'm deep. It's a castle. That's what. That's what they're in.
Button. Yeah. No buttons. Great, no buttons up here. Oh, I was already up here.
Well,
Run.
We have found 39.
We're doing pretty good.
I don't know if that's good though.
It's
I love that.
We're doing pretty good.
I don't know if 39 buttons is a lot when we really kind of look. And yeah, okay, so people who are finding 50 Cent, which I'm not really sure the terminology for that exactly. I mean, I don't mind it, but that is going to be 50 buttons. So yeah, that's also Vicstar and Zerka who are at that mark as well.
what buttons your teammates.
Turns out it's just a 50 Cent theme button that they keep finding. It has nothing to do with the number 50.
Well, 59 right now that they are at. So this is the top score we've seen so far. I know another team is up there around that area. I believe it was... was it Vicstar that was around there? I think that was
50
where they were. Yeah, I think they were the other team that had the 50 Cent
that's
button.
correct.
So right now, this is the mark to beat, gentlemen.
So, okay, so their team total score is 416. I was looking, okay. So it's like, you know, the other team was asking, like, you know, are we doing well with how many they had? 39, 37? Then you look at this, and it's like they're at 61. So it's like, are you really doing well? Doing as best as you could.
Okay, so there we go. Pop a plot. Basti, they have found their 50th button as well. So we're Not going to break a record, I don't think.
No, there's only a minute left.
Regardless, though,
Good job, Jack. Good job.
very solid week of Find the Button. I mean, I'm enjoying this one. This map is always evolving. As we've found pirate ships, we were started off in a castle that we also thought could maybe double as a prison. So I'm not 100% sure, but regardless.
I think there was a sign that said Warden's Office. I think our first instinct was correct.
Okay, I get that.
Give me Find a Lever. Oh, I got clouds on. Options, video settings. Tell me.
There you go. Next level strategies, get rid of the clouds, make sure that the pirate ship is not blocked. In fact. Oh, if Vix lands this.
I'm pulling the walls on the outside. What was the outside?
Oh!
What?
Oh, this is going to be a hard angle.
Aha.
Wow, look at
You're
that.
telling me somebody's already found that button. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Vic. I feel his pain in that moment. Like he literally tried so difficult or tried so hard in order to do all of that. And there you have it. He's finding buttons, but not the first. Nor the last, apparently, as we see Philza now.
Philza 72.
Dude, you're just a find the button god, dude.
Dude, Vic's actually blind. How do you miss this one? Oh my god.
You're just so good at this game.
I love the gas that we're seeing be given right now from Techno. This is great.
That's 670 points.
I just found like 3.
Telling you, Techno Philza this week. Goats.
These are the two that are racing right now.
Yeah.
70s, both of these teams. And I think that it's a slight delay. So check this out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see.
Well, but 78 buttons, 492 score.
Wait, 92?
This game mode, what the fuck?
How in the world did they get 90? We were talking about how 70 was impressive. They knew we just tied last week's record.
Okay, I take it back.
I'm mind blown. What? They found 92.
You know, and they won last week too.
Bajan and Jerome
They
are
found
on something
like
else.
90. They found like 90 something last week.
It was like 93, 94.
So I think 91 or 92 was the most. They didn't find as many as 90, 91, but because they were finding so many buttons their first time and getting that bonus, they took the lead. Now with them finding 93, I'm so interested to see the scoreboard because they could take a massive lead.
I'm so interested.
Because 76, 78 was the highest, was the closest to them.
It had to be, unless there was like some team that we just weren't aware of. But
yeah.
we'll have to see how the scoreboard's looking right now. Somewhat of an idea for what we just witnessed. And yeah, absolutely a big resurgence as Jerome and Bajan Canadian sit just off in second place. Technoblade and Philza, though, currently hold on to that first place spot at 670 overall score. And you notice first and second place a decent amount away from the following, as we've got XQC and Moxie up there at 492. Connor Eats Pants and Captain Sparkles around the 456 region as well. So a lot of teams in this 300, 400 region. However, we've got our two teams at the top after our first 3 games. How will the remaining start to play out? We'll have to find out right after this.
What if I had my own G Fuel flick? Introducing Cotton Candy G Fuel. Get it now at gfuel.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Minecraft Monday, week number 10, as we are hopping in toward our fourth game mode of the day, or rather our fourth game of the day. We'll be more specific and more correct, as here we go. It's time for some parkour race. Myself, Lando, joined in part by Reflections and 9 Whole Grains. Guys, it is already getting pretty interesting, as we talked about, right? It's a matter of getting toward those checkpoints. It's a matter of overall finishing the course, as we've got a new one for this week. We're actually playing on the map Lunar.
Bad Boy fell a couple of times. Moxie, XQC, fell a couple of times. Zerka didn't make it to the second block. There we go. Zerka's on his way. He was going back to the respawn.
Right. Unlike the last ones that we've seen, this one seems like it's hard from the get-go. Oftentimes you'll see groups make it to that second and third checkpoint pretty quickly, but not the case right now. And look how far back he has to go, too. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a frustrating one.
I think we, depending, may actually see that time slot start to run out. Literally, no one has got a checkpoint yet. We have 13 of these bad boys.
What's the Mario Kart race where it's
Rainbow Road?
Rainbow Road.
Yep.
This is what it reminds me
I'm
of.
not going to lie. I'm kind of surprised that I beat 9 to the punch on that one.
I was going to let him have its thunder.
Okay. I appreciate it.
9 is like the Nintendo master on this couch.
Well, I mean, hey, for good reason. He is. I just thought I would throw my expertise into the.
I appreciate that.
I was a very good Nintendo Mario Kart player.
Yeah, were you?
Oh, 100%. Used to destroy all my friends. Then I didn't have any friends. Actually, I did play on Nintendo Switch Mario Kart, and I actually beat a few people at this company.
I have my Switch here after the show.
You trying to get wrecked real quick or what?
You think you could beat me?
Producer, was I good at Mario Kart? Thank you. He says I was God tier.
Well,
I hadn't played in a year and a half.
Oh, guys, look at this. We have some water getting involved here.
Oh,
so
wow.
These are our 3 front runners right now. Surprise, it's
I'm going to go over the top, actually.
It's Vicstar, Bajan, and Techno, but this is tricky here. You got to get a lot of momentum to get to that. Now, the nice thing is this isn't very far that you have to go back, so that's nice at least, but I believe Bajan sitting in the lead right now. So he's going to get a great chance. Look, that's only 3 hops that you have to make. Those are 3 very, very difficult hops to get through another checkpoint.
So what checkpoint is this so far?
So we're seeing players at 7. I thought that we hadn't seen any yet. I think the scoreboard on the right is a little bit changed up because we're spectators. So I think that we are on – Bajan has passed checkpoint 7.
And he's in
so
first.
We're around halfway.
Right. Vicstar's in second right now, I believe, and I don't think Techno has gotten past the water puzzle yet. So definitely the man to beat right here.
I love how Bajan was going super fast. He's like, wait, let me slow this down a little bit. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, he
jump face plant straight into the block.
That's got to hurt.
Oh, now it's all serious. Mr. Minecraft heard us laughing. Oh, this is the jaunt. This is the jump.
That's going to be like the
just short.
The initial one that we used to watch for the past couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough jump, to say the least.
The nice thing about this, though, is after those first 2 being so long, these are all pretty short routes, right? This is 4 jumps that he has to make. They're just 4 very difficult jumps, or maybe not so difficult at all if you're Mr. Minecraft. Only person in the double digits right now.
Jeez.
This would be big for them to kind of hold on to the advantage that they possess. We talked about they were kind of in that second place position far and above everyone else outside of first and second. They were kind of in the 200 range over even the third place roster. So if they can at least have a few players kind of in this top conversation, be out of the first 5 to finish, they'll be in a great spot after this game concludes.
This is dirty. Look at this. It's just a little bit wider each time until it gets to a point where you have to jump, but you can't use the vision to figure it out. And finally, it looks like he's managed to time it, but even then, a little slipping.
Oh, man, this is going to be so frustrating, especially if you're kind of at the end. You want to try to get as many checkpoints as you possibly can muster up to get to this point. Just be like, really? Like, this is what we've gotten ourselves to?
Someone's right behind him.
Oh.
That's Techno.
Of course it's Technoblade. So, wow. Just, no. That is frustrating.
Oh, no. All right,
no pressure, Bajan. No pressure.
Boom. I think he's got this. Nope.
Ice. Oh, no.
He jumped too soon, unfortunately. All right, Techno. What was Bajan was running backwards? Or did he reach another checkpoint?
It's just moonwalking. It's no big deal. Wait.
He he took off. You know, I'm surprised he's not up here is Vic.
That's true. That's a good point.
Because
sure it's
Vic
only a matter of
usually
time, but
does well whenever it comes to that. I mean, there's a lot of players.
there he is.
Okay, there he is.
Right on cue. He heard you.
Exactly.
Okay, what?
But Bajan and Techno had a pretty good lead. Bajan specifically had a very... So XQC's actually at 9?
Yeah, so the next group of people is starting to approach that. So it's really going to be who gets past this one first, I think, is going to have the best chance of not only winning, but just outright finishing here. And they've all adopted some different strategies, too. So for those who don't know, your momentum is much faster in this mode, if you couldn't tell by the fact that everyone is running crazy fast. So Techno is opting to jump sideways right now and turn just a little bit as he does so. And that appears to be his strategy. He only needs 2 more jumps to make it, guys.
Oh, no pressure. Oh, man, this is getting scary. Serious face. Put it on. Going for the outside blocks just to make the jump a little bit easier. You saw just the instant rotation of the wheel, of the scroll wheel, just being like, really? Like, that is how I go out? Oh, man.
I feel like Techno would be great at this, though. Like, why does he excel when it comes to TNT Run? Because of him jumping on each block. And I think this kind of mimics that in a way. Obviously, a little bit different, but for him, I think he'd be doing solid. But Bajan making quick work and just past that block, too.
This is making me really frustrated. I got to stand up. This is just...
I
feel their pain. After playing Minecraft as much as I have recently, I feel their pain when it comes to this.
This one, along with Run from Lava that we used to have, gives me the most anxiety when I'm watching this.
Like, it physically causes you pain
It
when you
does.
see how close they are, and it's just like on the little things.
I wince every time. Because I know the feeling.
Oh, you know the feeling
close.
a lot.
Yeah, it's
right,
like being that close and then just falling.
You fall a lot, Taylor. Really? Yeah.
I think another person has joined. Is that XQC who has joined them now? I believe Captain Sparkles is here as well, and Bad Boy Halo. So now everyone is joined in on the fun. There's going to be a lot of people here trying to figure this out. So as we so often see, get ready for a lot of silhouettes in front of you, and it is going to make it even more difficult for these players because now in addition to all of the blocks that they see flying by them, there's going to be bodies there too.
Looks like little candies. Don't those blocks look like little candies?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I can see it. Like,
yeah.
Wait,
oddly
Jerome?
shaped jawbreakers.
Wait, what checkpoint are we at right now? Is this 11?
Yep, and everyone is here.
I was gonna say, I saw Jerome get to 11, and I feel like I haven't seen that on the kill feed, just most likely because I've been wincing too much. My eyes have been closed most of the time. So, yeah. We've got, oh, my gosh. Look how many players are here now. It is very crowded. Very, very crowded.
Oh, who's this?
This is Techno.
He's making great progress.
Yep, this is where he made it to last time.
Oh, what? He totally missed that. He totally missed that. Feels bad.
Well, it's rough, too, because he's realized that he can't use his side jump because the jump is too far to make. So he has to get enough momentum to make the jump without missing.
Sounds simple.
Yeah, just make the jump without missing, right?
Enough. But how important would this be for anyone who completes this course? Like, if you can be the one person to finish this one and get in that top 5,
Jerome.
You're golden.
So I have a question.
Jerome, please. Please, Jerome. Do it for Team Jerome. Do it for Bajan. You got this. This is to get out of second place. A few more? A few more, Jerome!
Oh,
no!
He just walked off.
No!
He didn't even jump.
What?
He just walked right off.
Wait. It is that far?
And it resets you all the way at the... So correct me if I'm wrong.
What?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I want to know this.
I didn't think it was that far. Oh, wait.
So is it...
I don't... Never mind. I'm lost.
So that time left on the right, does that reset every time you reach a checkpoint? Because
No.
I've seen it...
No, that is a timer for the entirety
Well,
of the
I've
game.
seen it reset, I swear to you, a couple of times.
I think that you're just
Say
This
it.
is rough.
losing the idea of how space and time work.
It's possible. I mean, look
Jeez,
at where we're at.
Really deep.
Given how broken your sanity is, that may, in fact, be the case.
How broken your sanity is.
I mean, I'm assuming that we're all a little bit broken right now. So
yeah, after the fishing, after the bingo, after this.
Well, Vicstar made it like 3 different players have made it so far, but this is just unforgiving. It's punishing.
This looks like the beginning of the course. Look how many bodies are just flying into space. What's sad is that all their screams, no one can hear them. There's no sound in space. Sad. No one can
Video games do cause violence, says Techno.
I'll say, yeah, I think a few keyboards have probably been smashed.
Oh, here comes Vicstar.
No pressure, Vic. It's just one block. It's just one block, Vic. There you go. Okay. If we could, in a moment, if Vicstar keeps continuing on, well. I'm saying if we could
Way to
zoom
go,
out.
Landon.
I'm saying if we could zoom out and just see how far this actually is. It's. I don't know if there's like a checkpoint halfway along. Like, look how far that is.
This has to be the last stage.
Like,
right?
I think once you get to the opening or the beginning of that little portal,
It has to,
to call it that. That has to be a checkpoint.
It has to be.
Surely the game is not that route. Wait.
So there's one below?
Ow,
I don't
of
know.
Below, Techno just fell. That was the furthest that he'd made it.
Wait, I gotta say,
someone making
I
a
don't
jump.
think there's a checkpoint because what? They're on the 11th one. It would only make sense at the end of that ring. That would be the 12th. And then when you end, that's the 13th.
So they just have to make it inside of that, and they have
I think-
39 seconds to do so.
Yeah, I don't think this is happening.
There's no way. They're
No, I
all going to
don't-
finish in
I
the
don't
same
think this
spot.
is happening. You have to constantly keep jumping. It's probably going to take you 30 seconds if you kept jumping to get there.
Well, what's going to be really rough about this, too, is there's going to be no shift in the points, guys.
Yeah, everyone's pretty much around the same. Outside of like maybe a few stragglers who are a few checkpoints away. Yeah, this isn't going to do a whole lot.
Well, that's rough.
That's really all we can say about this one.
That's rough. First a clownfish.
There you go, Papa Plot. Checkpoint 9. Look at that. More points. That's always nice. But yeah, no one. Wait, says one person finished at the end? Wait. Okay, I was just that has to be a glitch. Surely.
Well,
yeah, I could say that has to be a glitch because I don't think the Afumu was
she-
even on that
I
checkpoint.
think she lagged out or she quit, actually.
No, well, that seems to be
So-
the way that you win.
so
It's all about patience, and no patience being
Well,
shown
the
there.
thing that they all wanted to do, she did, and there you go. There's your points.
That's how you do it. It was actually
She knows what she wants.
debated. Good try. Good try, everybody. You just got swindled just like that so easily. We talk about score, right, how influential that can be. Nothing really going to be changing up overall in terms of just
You
the
wouldn't
strict
think.
placements,
Yeah.
but I'm excited to see how this one kind of lines out as we have Technoblade and Philza exactly at 1K points. Jerome, Beja Canadian, just right behind him, though, at 988 overall. Then you see XQC and Moxie holding down that third place position as they are currently sitting at 822 overall. Then we start to kind of dissipate a little bit. We got Connor and Captain. We've got Papa Plot and Basti. As you correctly called it, 9, you said that this could be a team to absolutely look out for. And in the game modes where maybe they start to struggle a little bit, because I don't think we saw Papa Plot even get toward one of those final checkpoints. His team still hanging on somewhat consistently in that top 5.
They're doing a great job. And take a look at Team 8 there, Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo. If you want to look at how big of a difference Find the Button makes, look no further than that right there. They were so close there at the start. They had done really well, but they lagged behind in the one mode that you cannot afford to lag behind in.
Is this? I mean, we reached 1,000 points pretty early on.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't seen 1,000 points like that early.
We're not even halfway through this.
Not
either.
even halfway
Yeah,
through.
this is our 5th game that we're about to hop into. I
So
think.
we are halfway through.
Well, not technically, because after the 5th game is over. Oh, wait, no, I'm dumb. Yeah, we do 9 games.
4,
So
5.
once you're halfway through
Skywars.
1,000 points. We're halfway through.
We've scored 4 games.
We'll
so
be halfway through after
how many
this
rounds
game.
are there in Skywars? 3, 5?
3.
Of course, it couldn't be an even number to make it easy on us.
So once you're halfway through the 2nd game,
Yeah.
We're dead center. So regardless, we were at 1,000 points before we start the fourth or the fifth, whatever. I don't know. I don't understand.
I like it.
Wait.
We're almost halfway through. We're dead center. Regardless, we're at 1,000 points. That's crazy to me.
It is. I think this is definitely the highest point total that we've had at this point, partially because of Find the Button and how good teams have gotten on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if you haven't enjoyed what we've seen so far, maybe you're like, wow, parkour this, parkour that. Here's parkour, but you can also stab people during it. Skywars, my personal favorite mode.
I love this mode. This mode last week, we were kind of excited about it, and it definitely treated us to some interesting moments, right? If you weren't gaining the points, you were falling early. There was a lot of early kind of frags that were found. I think Technoblade, did he ever win?
He did
Skywars?
not.
I was going to say, I thought that he was kind of somewhat winless.
It was Vicstar and Skeppy, Moxie, XQC who pretty much dominated Skywars last week. And I know Moxie, XQC specifically. This is where Moxie really turned up.
It was.
Moxie was a totally different player that we're like, whoa, where's he coming from?
And he was also someone who I thought was having a really brilliant strategy because there's a lot of soul stone kind of around the area, or soul sand, excuse me. And so he was placing down the blocks just to kind of keep his pace forward, which may not seem like a crazy strategy, as people have done that in the past, but he was kind of the only person who was thinking ahead, getting some extra blocks and allowing for that to be the case. So different map this week. Excited to see how this one ends up working out, as we are going to be on Elven, which, somewhat makes sense based off of the interesting map design that we've got going on. But already, we're starting to see players make the jaunt. Technoblade says, hey, you guys enjoying your time down here? Captain?
Look at Phil's, though, getting in the mix.
He says, I will sacrifice my life if that's what we need. And there we go. Phil's a Techno takedown 2 off the rip, and they never stood a chance. Kevin Sparkles and Connor, they're gone.
You cannot sit back and wait in this mode because, again, you all start on islands. All it takes is a quick build over there, and this is the mode where that building skill can come into play. Moxie, Techno, Skeppy have all shown you what you can do with blocks if you are quick enough, and it is a sight to see once it happens. Another one, Technoblade takes down Vicstar, a little revenge from last week, and I think that poor Ewok is going to go the same way.
It's unfortunate. Ewok, High Sky have been having a hard time, and you see her in chat. What just happened? Well, High Sky, I think, is still around, but where's he going to be? But I will say Techno, Philza continue to work their way through the islands, and they are slaying out. Much more confident this week than last, at least specifically speaking for Techno, because I know he was struggling actually quite a bit in Skywars. So the fact that he's improved a lot is pretty good. Moxie, though, onto Bad Boy Halo, one of the favorite teams, one of the, at least of the duo of Bad Boy Halo and Skeppy. Let me look.
Bad Boy Halo and Skeppy?
Yeah.
They were 8th. So they are.
They're in 8th.
And again, it's Find the Button. That's really the only mode that they've struggled hard in.
Right.
But, I mean, that is a big, big deal. Now, Skeppy is still up, does have an iron sword, and this is a mode where you just knock him off once and that's it, right? So if anything is nice, it kind of lets you mitigate maybe not having better gear than your opponent if you catch them off in a bad situation. And I think Skeppy is totally fine waiting for his opportunity to do just that. But Techno, oh, no. Oh, no.
Circa. Never stood a chance.
I was like, he didn't just... Yep, that's exactly how it was. And Techno now has Enchanted Sword and Enchanted Bow. 2 Ender Pearls as well. And XQC and Moxie might be the only ones who can do anything about it. They've already taken down Bajan. Jerome, rather, going to be the one running away with his life. But, again, Moxie has been really the answer to Technoblade in these PvP modes these last couple weeks. So keep an eye on him. See right there, a Diamond Sword, 2 Diamond Swords for the team. They are well kitted enough to deal with anything.
Absolutely so. Techno continues to find people, and that was High Sky, Ewok's partner, who was curious where they were at. But it seems as if they have been found. I don't think you get any survival points, but Moxie with the Ender Pearl up top with the chase behind. And XQC now will be the aggressor going full Sid. Moxie checking the back. No one's going to be there. But interesting enough, Moxie doesn't aid, at least in this 2v1 situation, which you would assume he would want to be a part of.
Well, now, some food for thought, though. Remember, last week, Moxie was the player who was making his money off of people not doing exactly what he did, which is turning around and just making sure no one's right behind you. Because imagine if he looks around, doesn't turn around, and someone is chasing. When he catches up, 2 people going after 1 person, they would have been right next to the edge, and both could have gotten knocked out. So I like Moxie saying, you know what? XQC's got this. Gonna let him have that. make sure that we don't have anybody behind us, and we'll go from there. And oh, that's a lot of diamonds, guys.
That's something nice to find, especially when they're about to engage in middle. But who is off the distance? Actually, XQC and Moxie, they're getting very well kitted up as well. We talked about chests have been refilled and with tier 2 loot. So that's going to help out everyone's situation, increase the diamond load, and maybe even increase the armor quite a bit. That chainmail quickly turning in toward Iron. Here's the fight that we have been waiting for, and you realize the instant recognition of each other as Moxie nearly flies off the map, but he actually tossed out an Ender Pearl to stay alive. It looked very, very grim, but he's up. He's still breathing, but for how much longer? Technoblade, he had the kill in his sights, but just could not find it there. As you notice, as they began to engage, they instantly backed up. They realized who was in front, and they decided to change things up a little bit, but shifting not going to work here.
Oh.
And they do place some blocks down, so Techno, unfortunately, not allowed in.
Well, keep in mind, sudden death happens here, so they might be fine just waiting outside, a little spawn camping here. But at the top, there is a way to get back to the middle. My mistake here. Talk about mobility around the map, guys. This is the fight that's going to determine the outcome for sure.
Absolutely so. Techno does connect with one. Now will he make the same mistake as last time of not pushing forward as Moxie tries to build? His XQC actually will go down from Techno now.
Oh, there goes
Techno
Moxie.
gets the other one too, and Moxie, but does he get the elim points for that? And yes, he will. As another one is going to be eliminated. Someone coming in onto Techno, and Techno easily able to compliment Filza onto Jerome. And another one falls off as well.
Does he land? No, he does not.
The last one on the map. Technoblade. Blood for the Blood God.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to say, at the end, I thought there was a moment when you're starting to fly off the map that you could maybe place down a few of those Ender Pearls to try and stay alive, but no. And it was, like you said, from beginning to end, Technoblade always involved in the kill feed and catching teams off guard, right? I mean, it was from the very start of this game, he was finding players instantly. And also, one thing that he really dealt with, as you kind of pointed out at the start of this game here, Nine, was a matter of dealing with Moxie, keeping him away, trying to be aware of your position, and he did that very well, right? He was kind of always aware of where Moxie was at. He tried to single him out, and once he was out of the fight, it was all easy pickings.
It is indeed, and this may be even more so than Hunger Games. Getting the right drops in your island is so big. You saw Captain Sparkles saying in that last game, hey, wait a minute, I spawned next to Techno,
who had iron,
and you gave him iron? What? This isn't fair at all. And then staying alive there means that you're going to get the opportunity to, again, get that tier 2 loot. That's when they started getting all of their items.
Bayesian's already been deep fried.
Oh, okay.
I think Bayesian is out. That is a huge blow.
I think he's just grilling.
And then Skeppy took out Moxie there, too. So
wait, Moxie's done?
All right. Two of the heaviest hitters gone in the first 30 seconds.
So what's your ideas, guys? Is it just push over to the next island as soon as you can? Is it, kind of mine your island a little bit and see what you can find?
I think it's instantly go for chest because obviously you have to have an item.
Yep.
And I think depending on who has the better loot, for you or your teammate, then you instantly engage. I think you have to. I think you have to instantly try to go for the eliminations because clearly Skeppy, clearly in prior games, Technoblade, that's where you see a lot of the success, getting caught off guard because you're aware of your chest, you're aware of what's below you, but then you have enemies on every which direction. I don't know about you, Nine, but I feel like you have to instantly go for the chest and just hop in the fight as soon as possible.
You can, and I like Jerome here, knowing that the teammate is already gone. Just hide here and wait. You've got some arrows, but there's really no need for you to rush to your doom at this point. And I think Skeppy went in there because Bad Boy Halo went down so early, almost out of necessity. He said, okay, I got to get some elims and get some points. But, Jerome has always been one of those more conservative players. He's the one who's always waiting there at the end. And we saw Skeppy almost take out Techno using that exact same strategy. And I think the whole hiding bit may not last too much longer. The question is, will anybody double down to get this pick? I don't think that they're going to because this is really far out.
Oh, no, there's someone on the edge. If he connects, he might be able to knock him off. But blocks are going to be placed.
Well, I like that. They're putting on the water just in case they were to fall. We'll allow them to return back toward that high ground. Even placing down some glass, which is going to be nice. Zerka taking a few extra shots, though. Same thing with Vic, and that's going to be Skeppy. In the main portion of the island, he's trying to take advantage, making sure that no one can get over toward his high ground. And speaking of high ground, there are players even building towers off in the distance. They are starting to get the idea for how this game works. It's a matter of staying alive, and unfortunately for XQC, he and Moxie dropped early, as that will be Filza picking that one up. So regardless if they do find Moxie or not, this duo, Filza and Technoblade, have just looked so, so good. Every time that we get onto their perspective, they're taking down, they're singling out high-profile players. And you got to admire Skeppy as well, right? Just trying to do anything that he possibly can.
Oh, look at this push.
Yeah, look at this building skill. There's some building skill here. Let's go, Skeppy. Bring the
Wow.
fight to them, and he got one of them there. I think he's, look, and Vicstar was at 3 hearts there. That was one more swing. But I think Skeppy has to be happy. I think that was at least 5 or so elims that he got, and most of them were with the bow. So after Bad Boy Halo going down in the first 30 seconds, that's got to be okay for Skeppy. I think he's pretty happy with his work.
Absolutely. You know, big difference from this week to last. A lot of players staying on their original island, or maybe an island that they kind of eliminated the team from, and instead of pushing over and being aggressive, they're taking their time. Techno and Filza have been the aggressors pretty much, the only team to get as aggressive as they have been, other than, I guess, XQC and Moxie kind of put them in there, but they're already gone. So Techno and Filza, by far, probably the most aggressive team here.
I think so, and I think that part of what changes that, too, is just the structure of these islands, right? I think in the last time that we saw Skywars, they were much bigger islands, right? It was much easier to get to a big central island, too. Here it's a lot smaller, and Skeppy, I think Skeppy did the last hit on Jerome, and Jerome fell off the map. I think that that's how Skeppy got those points there. Not too bad, little post-mortem, but again, when there's such small islands like this, it's much scarier to try to get off, so the teams that are able to get off early, they're going to reap the benefits.
Ooh, and the zone's moving in. Team straight into Vicstar.
Oh, that's great.
That zone is about to start connecting. Oh, one fell.
I don't know if he hit that player. Okay, he did. I was going to say, I wasn't for sure if he hit Ewok or not, but yeah. No, Ewok, type in the chat. Yay, great. Thank you so much, Vic. We thought we were safe. We thought we were holding on, but Vic, not at all the case. I was going to say, loses some high ground there, but regardless.
Trying to outbuild High Sky. Okay, okay.
I think in only this game he may have that opportunity, but look at this. High Sky, a great situation even with diamond armor and a diamond sword. Vic still reigns supreme. He says, this is my game.
But having the low ground, though, gives you a huge advantage, right? So, I mean, at least in this game, I know definitely in water, probably in this situation as well.
Oh, look at this. Filza.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I thought that was an enemy. I thought that he was going for the play there. Still escapes, though, regardless.
Could you imagine? Still 2 Ender Pearls.
I love this play from them, though, because while they are going to get singled out, there is a very skinny platform of which you have to make this rotation on. You've only got 20 seconds. You got to rely on some Ender Pearls. Vicstar, first one into the fray, hopping in the blender as Filza. So say he has that bucket of lava, but he doesn't need it. Technoblade comes through, and
second one in a row.
That is going to be back-to-back W's and more dominant in the second game in terms of having both players stay alive.
Techno had 2 pieces of diamond armor and an enchanted diamond sword. 3 people ran up, and all Techno did was just continue clicking over and over and over again. But this is why I love Skywars, right? The different opportunities you have to make plays in a variety of different ways. And you'll take a look at the replay right here. High Sky almost got this. If High Sky had gotten a crit there, look at what's behind them. The Void.
Yeah. It's a good point. It's a very solid argument to bring up. And just here at the end, right? It literally was just running through the siphon, running through the blender. It was just a matter of time before that last player hit the inevitable. But here we go. Game 3. If you haven't played well already, now is your time. As we talk about rotations are crucial. Getting toward other islands off the rip are your saving grace. Will we start to see players learn from their past failures? As unfortunately Grande instantly cut down by Bajan, Canadian, and Jerome, who so far have been somewhat silent. We haven't really kind of seen them toward the end of things really make the biggest difference. So for them, that's nice. But another roster we have to discuss. XQC, as he'll shut down Afmu. XQC and Moxie, a very slow game number 2. This is their opportunity. This is where they really need to stack up the points again.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, specifically because they don't have the best of placings right now.
Wow.
I mean, you know, they're in third, but, I mean, they are trailing behind quite a bit, at least 200 points. Techno fills it still in first at 1,000. And XQC, he's going to drop. Skeppy continues to slay out. Techno, another victim just in front.
This is Bad Boy.
And this team could be eliminated.
I think he's looking for Skeppy, I think. He's ready for this flank. Where's he shifting at? There he is. Technoblade just turns up the headset really quick as High Sky knowing.
He has high ground.
So he knows. He's saying,
Crank 90s.
Are these 90s? Is this how I do this thing? Oh, actually dodges an arrow. No problem there. But look at this, Vic. I took you down last game. You want to try to make it happen again. And he realized the situation that he has. Two players who are not expecting him to be around here. As here come the 90s. Zerka having a great perspective at this fight, as we do as well. Papa Plot being aware. And I think that was High Sky, yeah, who just says, you know what? I'm going to go and get out of dodge. So both players who were attempting to go at him no longer have the opportunity to go for him anymore as he just quickly gets out of town.
And now look at this stalemate here. Like,
I don't think they know. I don't think they know that he left.
Well, what even if they do know, what do they do here? It's not like there's many places to run, and you have to assume they're both ready to go for this fight. But again, guys, it's Skywars. You have to be so careful. If you get knocked the wrong way, you're done. And I don't see an Ender Pearl in the inventory,
wow.
And that was almost disastrous.
Definitely could have been bad. Vic, though, still alive. And the towers
Crank.
continue to grow.
Oh, Papa Plot, he's here.
Oh, no, he's got high ground, too.
They put down glass. He can see through it. Oh, Papa Plot backs up and says, now it's time for Basti. They're high-fiving as they go back and forth. They're on the clothesline.
I never thought.
Oh, the TNT.
Oh, no. That's gonna be
what a play.
Doesn't connect, but still, if he has a couple more of those blocks, imagine dropping lava at this point.
Oh, that would be horrible.
For who they were dropping it on.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
To be specific here.
Yeah, exactly right. So the glass isn't really helping all that much. It's only just allowing for them to see the enemy.
So, there's the thing in Fortnite, how many materials do they have? But clearly they're running out.
No.
Vic, lava has been dropped. Player down low getting burned. That's Zerka, and he is going to go down.
What a way to go.
Papa Platt, though, on fire himself. Something you have to be worried about as he distances himself from Basti. A6D is going to be eliminated from Jerome. As we're getting down to the final couple of teams, but Connery Pants is going to fall to his demise while on fire, and Scappy goes down as well. From Captain Sparkles with an immediate engagement onto Moxie, and Captain Sparkles will be seeing you. As Moxie coming alive, XQC. Was he eliminated a little bit earlier?
Yeah, he was eliminated after start, I think.
So Moxie being alive is definitely going to be hugely beneficial. Player gold armor, that's going to be Papa Platt staying alive.
Thankfully, he's got Basti right just toward his right, so they're going to be looking for some chests. We talked about those being upgraded, so they'll be in a much better spot as you see everyone. Diamond, iron armor. As we start to count down, that sudden death, 1 minute and 20 seconds away. Still more blood to be shed. And Moxie wanting to have a hand at that already. The Archer tossing out a few arrows. This player was just not aware of the arrows that are coming at them right now. And there we go, Sky the Kid silenced instantly. And High Sky actually, though, does take down Papa Plot. So we were talking about he and Basti were trying to just get toward that middle area. And off of what was an earlier, High Sky just trying to survive off of high ground from two different players. He ender pearls. Now he has the best perspective in the entire game. From that one moment where it didn't look good, now he may be in one of the best spots.
Very well could be, but he's still on the outside. And that zone is right there. Bayesian. Plenty of loot down low.
I think he said he only had like 9 or 10 hearts, so.
In that zone.
Oh, of course, Techno has a golden apple.
He's got an.
Oh, man.
Imagine this, though. And you know what's funny about
How does
this?
he have this?
What's funny about this whole situation is like Techno, Philza have won the past 2 Skywars. If they win this, that's 3 in a row. It's a great Ender Pearl opportunity. Spiffy is still going to drop to his demise, and the final engagement's going down. Techno going on the attack. X-Fall, as we are going to see one player drop. That's going to be Bayesian, unfortunately. And a couple more. High Sky gets eliminated, and I think this is going to be our last couple of players. Philza and Techno still doing incredibly well. And there's Moxie. Second place, Techno and Philza win all 3 of at least Skywars. And you know, and I was about what I was saying a little bit earlier, what's funny about this whole thing is we move into TNT Run. Who dominates TNT Run?
Yeah, this is
Techno, of course.
This is his opportunity.
Imagine
right
if he
here.
wins all 3. He's won all 3. He could potentially win 6 games in a row.
And there's no way he's not in first place after this game.
Well,
He
they
was
were already in
first,
first,
right?
yeah.
There's no way they lose this one. So I got to say, man, really from the very start of game number 1, it was dominance from there on out.
Yep.
It really was. They did not skip a beat. And I got to say, a lot of players were performing, but without their teammates. We talked about Skeppy. He was having some good moments. Even, I forget who else, Moxie, when he didn't have XQC. Players were doing a lot, but they were a man down each and every time. The consistent kind of factor for Technoblade and Filza outside of that game 1 where Techno won it by himself, they were always together. They were always making the smart plays and always challenging instantly as a duo. We talk about Technoblade, his history when it comes down to game modes such as these, mini games such as this, is Moxie instantly shut down. No teammate, no help, no assistance, as that will be 12.99. Technoblade fills a talk about a deal. Jerome Bajan sitting off in second place, but they are starting to distance themselves. We talked early about how important it is to get off to a great start. But in terms of the score right now, that is a solid advantage considering that we have TNT Run, One Shot, Spleef, and Hunger Games. Don't get me wrong, you can earn some good points, but by no means are those find the buttons, for a majority of them. And I got to say, as long as, at least this is just my opinion, as long as we see Technoblade and Filza just be consistent, they don't have to win anything else. For me, as long as they are consistently in the end game, I think they're well off because of the way that these game modes work, the way that survival points work, in terms of how TNT Run, One Shot, and Spleef are kind of in that conversation. I think as long as they just play well, they kind of cruise into the Hunger Games and just kind of do their thing, they could be very well off moving forward, especially after that massive win they just had. That's 3 straight Skywars.
I mean, you're looking at TNT, dominated by Techno. You're looking at Spleef, which Techno...
They're always in there.
He's always in the top mix, right? Phil's, as long as he can carry his weight, we're talking about
just stay alive.
A good amount of points that can come their way. From 12.99 to the closest 1,062, that's nearly a 200-point... Actually, that is going to be a 200-point lead. You're looking at third place XQC and Moxie at 919. That's close to 400-point lead for Techno and Filza at the top. And we also talked about how there's less teams this week, so that's less points to earn off of Spleef and TNT Run.
Right.
It's not looking good.
Not looking good at all. And again, like you were saying right there, really there's only one team at the moment who even is within striking distance, right? 300 points. So difficult to make up, as you all have laid out. But now we move in. We're sticking with the same map that we were on last week, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit smaller now, so it all people start to drop a little quicker this time around.
Yeah, they definitely do. Predictions already being thrown out saying, watch Dolan win. Someone has to take the title. From good old Technoblade, we'll see what starts to ensue. Our big conversation is not what Technoblade will do because we know his ability. It's just a matter of a consistent performance coming in from Filza. He plays well. He's alive kind of toward the end game. And they're in a great position in terms of our last few game modes as we start to get in this conversation and in this interesting spot where your life is more important than anything. It's not about who you take out. It's just about surviving yourself. Survival points are how you earn anything off of TNT Run and what will later be Spleef.
Whenever it comes to this, I think that second level is where you really want to thrive.
Is that the sweet spot, Taylor?
I think that's the sweet spot, man.
The sweet spot.
Because that first level, we saw Skeppy up there, but I mean, all blocks are pretty much gone. And then, that second level is kind of where you want to stay, but... oh, no!
How is this possible?
Bayesian should have totally destroyed Techno in that situation, but Techno never dies.
What was that?
I guess he feels like he can only take himself out, and now dealing with
Skeppy.
What? He took him out too? I do not understand this right now. And look at all the room he's got to maneuver. He has an entire side to himself.
I'm mind blown.
He's going to maintain this too. Look at all of that in the corner that he's going to get to run. There's only 2 other players aside from him.
There's no way he doesn't lose this.
Oh, okay. So Bossy's he's pretty much around that same position.
Oh. I landed.
It's Grande. So
someone said Grande's going to win this game. Let's go, Grande. You got this.
All right.
Darn it.
Why did you say anything?
Landon, you killed 2 people. You're the best player in this TNT run.
I appreciate that.
Techno wins the first one, of course. So that's 4 games in a row Techno's won.
I apologize. It's on me.
Oh, goodness.
I deserve it.
Gracious.
Well, I'm not going to say a word for the rest of the cast. You guys have a great one, all right? See ya.
It's going to be awkward going to breaks without anyone to send us there, but, cold call it is.
Just stay on camera. That'd be interesting.
Well, Skeppy was the guy who stayed up here the longest the first time, but we know this level doesn't last too long.
That's the thing. And again, on this map, we've talked how important it is to pick your spot to jump down. And I think that's even more important now than it was on our earlier map because, like we've said, there's just not much room for you to go. So that much more important for you to get down safely because the blocks will be eaten up pretty quickly. They do get longer the further down you drop, so there is that nice factor to it. But, again, very tricky.
XQC, my man. Staying up here in this nice little corner, plenty of blocks. Taking a very slow approach. I like that. Techno was sprinting for a little bit. I think he's maybe trying to create his own little island. Oh, he cut off that player. No, wait, yet. So, of course.
I was going to say, very interesting. This is, I think, the most aggressive I've seen him play this. Sure. Opting not to keep his blocks up there at the top. Keep an eye on there. He will be on top score until he drops off of the map. And a few people just dropped down as well. So keep an eye right here. Tailing behind Skeppy. Right now, he's just trying to identify where he can go to get the most available blocks. And he might try to sabotage Bajan, but he falls off by himself, I believe. A rare slip up. But guys, we're getting a new champion.
New champs are always good.
Wait, that's Bajan and Jerome, I think, both next to each other. Was that right?
I believe it was. And
bonus jump.
Bad Boy Halo's still up. And
oh, no. That was a good effort. Wait, 2 players left.
All right, Landon, who do you think is going to win?
I'm not saying a word.
Okay, Bad Boy.
Not saying a word.
There you go, Bad Boy Halo.
And that's some needed points for those guys, right? We're talking about how low they've been in the standings recently. A very slow performance and find the button, which has led them to around that 8th, 7th region. A team that we thought were going to be in that top 3 conversation. Definitely not there right now. Skeppy pretty much was doing a lot of the damage when it came down to Skywars. He had no real teammate to support him. It was early drops, but I got to say, it's nice to earn points, don't get me wrong, in this game mode, but at the same time, this is not the game mode to really turn up in.
No, it's not, especially with how few people there are this week.
Yeah.
And a couple of the players have noticed that in chat as well, not nearly as many survival points to get. So really, it's winning or nothing right now if you want to score big on here. So we'll see if Bad Boy Halo can keep up that streak once again.
Cruising.
He is, and all those blocks going away means he's not going to retreat. You saw Skeppy over there. That's both of them already on this final level.
It's tough to say the least. Take a look at the leaderboard because Bad Boy Halo and Skeppy are not doing as good as I thought they would this week. And honestly, it's getting to the point where it's almost mathematically impossible. They're at 559 points. No, excuse me. They're at 657 points. They're nearly 700 points down from first place. So now, 9, it's going to be a question of, especially getting deeper into the rounds, how much they can impact the top 3.
Right. We always talk about those spoiler teams, and no better spoiler team than a team that has won a couple of rounds or a couple of Minecraft Mondays themselves. So, again, they might make it difficult for anyone else trying to make that comeback. We saw one take a tumble right there. I believe that Jerome and Bajan are still up. I see Vicstar, so lots of points still to be had. And XQC, I believe the last remaining person up here, and he's got a lot of blocks to work with too. Look at this. He has learned from Techno. What a strat right here, making these blocks last as long as possible.
Cruising 9.
Cruising nice and slow.
Guys,
slow drive, take it easy.
Don't do it. Don't give him some props. Or
Landon, we're not
Landon,
you.
Shh, Landon.
Yeah. Landon, how do you think XQC is doing up there? Good answer. Good answer, Landon.
Taylor! What'd you just do?
Oh, my. Congratulations to Vicstar for getting the victory right there.
3 different winners.
3 different winners. Very nice. And now takes the jump back off there. But we have learned the power that we hold, gentlemen. And
yeah, we hold a lot of power. I didn't say a word. I was very silent with that last cast.
You know, it's funny, 9, because you're just now realizing the power casters have. Me and Landon realized this a while ago. With all the games that we cast, any prediction we make,
doesn't matter
down
the game.
Drain, man.
Minecraft,
it's
War, Call of Duty, it's all the same.
Because to be fair, who did you predict to win this event? Marome.
Yeah, Marome.
Who did I predict? Bad Boy Halo Skeppy. Who did you predict?
Technoblade.
Wait.
I did.
You did?
I said that. I don't know if I said that on cast. I did tell you guys.
Oh, of course. We don't have video evidence of you saying that.
Right. But, I mean, if you guys want to be honest, gentlemen, and say that I did. You guys not remember that?
No.
All right. Well, guys, chat, at least hopefully you guys can rally around me right now. I think I might, for the first time ever, have an accurate prediction, one that I'm going to hold on to for as long as I can. But we've got Technoblade and Filza firmly in first place with 1,389 overall score. The team that sits just below them, though, happens to be Team Rome, a squad that has been known for their second place finishes, rounded out by XQC and Moxie at 983. We are 6 games deep, about to hop into one shot. Before we do that, we've got to head to a quick little commercial break, but stay with us as Minecraft Monday Week 10 continues.
It seems like I am quite quenched for thirst. Time for sponsor! G Fuel sponsor! You may have seen me sip on these bad boys for quite a while. And you may be wondering, what is he actually drinking now? Is that part of some conspiracy? No, it's not, okay? This is genuinely great sponsor. G Fuel, everybody. There's so many delicious flavors. Wow, epic. Golden apple pear, beautiful. Rainbow sherbet, kiwi strawberry. Try it out. See if you like it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Minecraft Monday, week number 10, as we are live here from the UMG studio, hopping in to what is game number 7, one shot, as we're hopping into it now on with the Blood God. We've got Technoblade. And guys, like we talked about, this is an interesting game that we've got going on right now. Technoblade and Filza sitting firmly in first place at the moment.
Who took out Techno the most last week? I know Ewok, actually. She had a good couple of moments. But who was – we were talking about it before the cast. And somebody was
it
like –
Moxie?
It was Moxie. Moxie continually kept taking out Of course, Techno, but
Bad.
you're bad.
Oh, I spawned so far away from everybody.
Which could be a good thing.
God dang it.
To be fair, Kim Sparkles, that could be a really good thing.
It could,
depending on the way you look at it.
Yeah, well, you see right there at the top, now finally at 2 kills, so that's nice at least, but you see it is a race to 40, so this is just like Kit PvP. You got to be able to go in and get the shots quickly because, like we said earlier in the broadcast, this game goes by quickly. You'd be amazed at how quickly they can stack it up.
Yeah.
And last week it was Moxie and XQC who got the win and got it pretty quickly, I might add.
Oh, yeah, here's the perspective I wanted to see. Here's the... Uh-oh.
How did it not kill him?
Uh-oh.
How did that not kill him?
Yep.
Good communication. See, that's the communication I expect when going to the stream.
100%. Oh, nearly a 2-piece. Okay, waiting for the timer to go away. Oh, what a shot!
Fucking treasure this game.
Let's go, XQC. Let's go.
I mean, that was great movement getting around there, but it was great. I got, you know, anytime that you have some of these FPS players, we've seen it with Sidearms and Speedy. I know it's been a little while, but they're so good at anything that involves this. So taking a look at Vicstar right now, he's gotten a number. You see up there at the top, 10 kills right now. That's a big deal.
Wait, High Sky had an arrow in his back, and he's still walking around.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine, he says.
Wait.
What?
Oh,
my gosh, Vic.
Vic had such a... You saw his face. It was just like, oh, wow, I just did something amazing. As he comes down, just taken down by Connor. Oh, that's a rough way to go out. Oh, Philza, 1v1 duel. This is like quick scoping. I'm loving this. Oh, Vic, so many opportunities.
I know, he just missed the head.
Now everyone's moving and he can't even fire anybody. Let's take a look at Moxie, the hero from last time. 24 out of 40. They are definitely... I mean, if they're not in the lead, it's got to be close right now for them.
I definitely like seeing, though, like the the hand cam for a Minecraft stream. It's actually awesome. Especially seeing this for, like, bingo or something. How
hand cam for
crazy
bingo.
gets.
It's true. Moxie hit a wild shot right there, and of course, let you know.
That was close.
I like his reticle, by the way.
He's at 22 himself.
36 total kills.
It's fine, yeah. It just happens.
Already in first place, the rich get richer.
Oh, he almost just turned on Skeppy, I think. That'd have been nice.
Oh, my.
Silences him.
How casual was that?
38.
Yeah, this one's... Yeah. This should be there. But we always know there's, like, sometimes sleeper teams, you just come in here and steal everything out from underneath them.
2 more kills, dude.
Still need 2. This is coming down to the wire.
I don't want to see a regular kill. I want to see a 360 no-scope.
One more.
One more kill.
Can Techno find one?
And this is so huge for them to stay on top. Can they do it?
Get him. Get
One
Zerka.
more. Zerka. Connor.
We won.
There it is. Technoblade Philza.
I think we're going to win money today, Phil.
Lock it up.
Phil, we're doing it.
They lock it up. They're starting to feel it. Blood in the water for the Blood God. As what? That is Technoblade and Philza just they win everything.
In a span of 7 games, Techno has won 5 of them. 5 of them. And XQC and Moxie, by the way, had 39.
Of course they did.
39.
Of course
they
they
were
did.
just behind.
Gosh, that's so frustrating.
It is. It is.
But not surprising at
No.
the same time. But
No.
my goodness. So what? What's the next game we
Spleef?
have? Spleef.
Yeah, it's looking tough. I mean,
It
you
is.
know,
This is not the game that you want if you're trying to make a comeback.
It's not. But I mean, normally it would but less teams. It is what it is. But still, you know, this is your potential. Only 2 more games remain. We have Spleef. We have Hunger Games. Got to try to get your points where you can.
You do. And I think we've seen the strategy here when you need to make lots of points is one stays up top as long as they can. They try to hide and try to get some points that way. But speaking of points, let's take a look at it there. Wow. Guys, this has to be a record of sorts. It has to be. They might approach 2,000 points over the course of these next 2.
I can only imagine when we kind of look at the scoreboards once the day is done and we go to the MVP type board and see like who really has scored the most. Just to kind of put it in perspective, Technoblade is normally around like 908, 910. I think his highest that we've gotten recorded is 930 points. I think if he were to reach 2,000, it's no shock that he's going to be above that margin and totally changing up his averages.
To put it in perspective, from that game, so from TNT Run over to 1 in the chamber, he increased by nearly 300 points. That's how many points he got from one in the chamber. So he went from 1389 up to 1639 just from one in the chamber alone. So clearly a lot of points, a lot of potential, because it's a very fast game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not connecting your shots, you could end up with very few points, and then the game is already over because that game lasts at least 5 minutes, if that.
It does, and you get points for every elim that you get as well, and it's really, what is it, 50 points if you're the first team there? So that's more bonus points that are nice to add, but I mean, if you're up in the 30s, you can maybe make up some time, but there were really only 2 teams that were in that race there at the end, 39 and 40 as close as it gets, but we're going to go to Spleef right now, and guys, you're going to need every point imaginable if you want to even put a dent in this lead.
Oh, if you're the Marome duo, right? I mean, you're sitting at 1325. You're trailing behind by 300 and some change. This is the game mode where you just have to just try everything in your power to gain as many points as you can. It's like, do you single out people? I mean, you very well could. Techno clearly is getting singled out at this point. I mean, you know, it's chaotic up at this first level. And Vic actually comes directly up to him and tries to spleef the snow out from underneath. He is getting peppered.
Yeah, he's definitely getting singled out, which this has to be the case, right? I think they looked at that
what
scoreboard.
has to happen?
Well, they looked at that scoreboard after that first, or rather that last game, and they're saying, hey, we got to get this guy out of here. We got to do some damage. We got to try to get him off as quickly as possible. So not only do I think that's a good call, I think that's the right one as well.
You got to do something here, and you have to wonder where Filze is at this point, saying, well, you know, everyone's going after my teammate. I'll hide as long as I can. But this was not the way this was supposed to work. Techno was not supposed to be by himself. And now everybody continuing to fire at him here. It's that classic, everyone hates Chris, everyone hates Techno, and he finally drops down to the next level, but he's going to continue to run around and play the pacifist route. You know, as I say that, he's going after Jerome, and that hurts for the duo.
I want to point out, I think that High Sky accidentally took down Ewok.
No way, really?
Yeah, they were kind of yelling at each other in the chat, so I'd imagine that most likely was an accidental team kill. So rather unfortunate. Some teams maybe not getting up in the score margin as they would like to. Skeppy on the edge. Someone trying to single him out. XQC. Oh, he's just getting overwhelmed.
He's still alive.
Both of them are. Who knows?
There was like 30 snowballs thrown out.
How many times do you think Technoblade has been hit with the snowball so far?
Oh,
it's got to be in the hundreds.
If the snowballs did like a massive amount of damage, he would have been dead. Oh,
he is styling on everybody.
The blaze.
Look at all these snowballs he could make if he wants to. Oh, this is scary. Another one falls. Just 4. Now Sparkles.
Oh, he went straight to the lava.
He's gone.
Who's the last one? It's Bad Boy Halo here. Up at the top alongside Technoblade and someone else who is on the same island. Are they both? There's 2 on top. No, afar. Okay, draw distance is a thing.
3 players left. Bad Boy Halo, Techno.
It's Spiffy, I think.
Spiffy, yes.
Spiffy.
Spiffy looking spiffy.
Bad Boy. Oh, Techno's right below Bad Boy, just taking out every block he potentially can. Oh, he might knock him. Oh, there he goes. Oh,
what?
Techno has eliminated at least 3 or 4 people himself.
And they've all been going after him, too, at some point. Like, you have to do this, but when you go after him, then he goes after you, too, guys. It's scary.
It is. It is terrifying. At the same time, as here we go. Spiffy. Now's the time to clutch, good sir. Here's your opportunity, and he nearly had a good shot at Techno.
Spiffy!
But there he goes. He falls. Technoblade still reigns true. Game 1 to the Blood God.
Well,
the Spleef God.
Spleef.
So now out of the 8 games, he's won 6. He's won 6 out of the 8 games.
Shaking my SMH.
He's won 6 out of the 8 games, Landon.
Shaking my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
shaking my head. Goodness. I would do the same thing. Spiffy, his head was turned in all kinds of different directions, and now it's turned to ashes. Let's see how they can maybe take down the Blood God in Game 2. Everyone supplied all their forces, but that was not enough. Literally, Jerome right in his face, doing everything he possibly can, and there we go. On the 2nd level. That's all it took. Just a full-on single out.
XQC. Oh, there he goes. No, XQC got him.
It's a worthy sacrifice. XQC, thank you for donating your life. Even though it means not getting points, at least means that Technoblade is no longer getting any. As that is pretty much a welcome card or a thank you card coming in from Team Rome as they need it right now. They need all the support they can get.
Everybody right at the start. It's like that, what is it, John Wick, the one where there's a bunch of guns pointed at Mr. Wick in the center of it. That's exactly what it was with snowballs in Techno. But take a look. I think the last one on top is Filza. Wouldn't this be the exact way for this to go? Techno gets knocked off at the start, and Filza gets the win. Not even noticing Captain Sparkles there in the corner. Maybe just not wanting to mess with him here. Filza probably going to wait up there as long as he can and let all the sharks swimming down here in the snow, if sharks can do that.
Wondering if
fight it out.
If our man Spifey is still alive. Spifey's been out there. Second place last game now. I know Skeppy's here at least. Good on XQC though, honestly.
Yeah, he did.
He did his job, but
they traded. They traded.
But is Filza still up though?
I think Filza might still be up at the
so
top.
It's like, was it worth it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, imagine this. You fight so hard, get rid of him, and then Filza ends up getting the win. Wouldn't that just be the way for it to go? But it seems like a lot of the heavy hitters are still down here. I see Moxie, I see Skeppy, I see Vicstar, so, and Captain Sparkle's still up as well, so plenty of really good. And up there in the corner, the hat, the trademark look. Filza is still there, and look at where he can drop. He can drop into a lot of good spots if he needs to.
Oh my gosh, there's only 6 players left. This could be a very real possibility he comes through and wins this. Moxie.
He's at least earning survival points, too. Like, a lot of people think, oh my gosh, like, how many eliminations are you finding? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's about surviving. So we got Jerome. We got a few players still on top. One of those being, like we talked about, good old Filza. One angle to the next. As we're down to our final 5 players. Who can keep it up? Who can keep that same level of play? It's like
Ewok?
Well, good try.
Ewok had enough.
Why? Immediately typing in chat.
Ewok had enough.
Oh, no. Ewok, good try. Good attempt.
Just looks at the block, goes into the one block that's not there.
No, that
feels bad, Ewok.
That does.
I basically ruined it. Spify saying, a lot of players not happy at this point, but we're down to the remaining 4. Landon, who's winning it?
Don't ask me. I'm not about to call that out. Jerome, though, nice play. Looking to try to single out Captain Sparkles in the corner, and Captain Sparkles, one snowball was all he needed, but here comes Filza. This is the play they need to take down, and Basti will do it, but you keep in mind the points, the fact that he stayed alive for this long.
Yeah, 3rd place.
That's 2 extra points he's not gaining, guys. 2.
Yeah.
That's it.
Damage has been done.
And the players who they want to try to single out right now, you're talking about Team Rome, you're talking about, what is it, XQC and co. You need them to find the points, and they're not here at the end. So regardless, points being earned for Techno and Filza as we will see the W come through. But, this is so sad. We have a replay of Ewok. I'm sorry, Ewok. I'm so sorry about this.
And I saw the chat. I think Ewok actually took out High Sky too.
Oh, what?
Wait. Did they return fire?
There's a whole story that we need to watch.
Because they did in first game, High Sky actually took her out.
and I think High Sky was eliminated by Ewok this time because High Sky was like, I hate you, but I love you. So it's kind of, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, did High Sky get eliminated too? You know, normally you don't have to watch out for your teammate, but clearly in that duo.
Wait, okay, they're right next to each other on the left. I think that, I'm not sure if they were intentionally going after each other or they just got a little bit too close for comfort, but Technoblade instantly on the flank of Jerome and says goodnight to Team Rome, and that is a player that cannot fall that early. So while Technoblade, somewhat of a negative, he falls onto the second layer, he's still doing positive things. He's still doing, and rather making the plays that actually matter. You need these 2 teams to do some damage.
He's so vicious. He's got an unlimited supply. Techno, you don't live here.
No,
there's no way.
What?
There's no way.
Taylor, you can't say it. This is a different breed. This is a different human being.
How does he's so
How is he
good.
dodging this too?
He is
like
so good.
He just dodged 985 snowballs.
Yeah.
And Moxie is not stopping either. He's literally collecting. He
He's
literally
out of snowballs.
looks behind him, backs up, grabs every snowball in sight, and then fires them instantly at Technoblade's crown.
Jeez.
If Moxie were to fall, this is just the ultimate disrespect. This would be the ultimatum. Here we go. The fight ensuing.
Oh, he does.
And he even tried to throw a couple more, and Techno
He
dodged
even-
those two!
He typed out.
Typed in chat by. Landon. Landon, we'll be seeing you. Landon is gone. Well, I mean, and I agree. What else can you do? Like, there's nothing you can do. Yep, we'll be seeing you.
He threw half the map at him! He threw half of the playable map at him!
If it's not Techno, it's Filza.
And I believe that finally Techno fell there. And yes, you do see from the lava, but sometimes there are more important things than winning. And I just... XQC knocked him down there. And Moxie had half of the map to throw it at him. And I do not understand... You said a different breed. That's the best way to put it.
Yep.
How's it going, guys?
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Landon. Hey, you didn't miss much.
Didn't miss much.
Techno's still alive.
Wow. Well,
Basty's still alive, too. Going for first once again.
it's about the little things, I think, at this point.
Okay, Ewok. Ewok saying this is News Channel 4.
Oh, Basti, be careful on the corner. Bad Boy Halo's still looking for some snowballs, so interesting end toward our round number 3. 4 players remain, and Connor Eats Pants is not about to be one of them. Theme. It's a new word. Add to the dictionary.
I
real
like
quick.
that one.
Here comes the rush, and they are just instantly piling on the snowballs at each other, and they realize, hey, we've got some shovels. That's probably the good thing to utilize at this moment.
Well, we'll be seeing you. I think they're both going to fall. Yeah, there goes Bad Boy Halo. Basti,
Basti again, yeah.
Basti's still up. Amazing stuff.
All right, who is that that's over there in the corner? So it's Basti and Papa Platt. So
oh.
eat the berries. Berry time is what they say here. How are they going to decide it? And Basti saying, you know what? Let me start my own streak right now. Basti, congratulations on another victory. And we talked about this team playing spoiler, right? It's not gonna. They're gonna have a hard time playing spoilers for the top 2 or 3, but they could potentially work themselves into certainly a 5th or 4th place spot. But guys, you know, the reason why we are so speechless and having such a hard time saying words is because of this tightrope act the whole way. Trapeze artist, whatever you want to say. And Techno, again, after having half the map thrown at him.
He even types in bye after.
I think, and the other thing is, I think that's the first time that I have seen Techno do anything like that, too. There's GGs, there's hacks, all in good fun, but that time you could tell he's like, that's right.
Yeah, and I like this, too, because it's like kind of this rivalry that we've been noticing over the last few weeks. Moxie versus Technoblade. Moxie's taken him down a few different times. He's had some good moments, but in the overall scheme of things, the Blood God, at least for now, has laughed last, but last to first.
Look at that point.
Technoblade fills a 1,732 score, followed up by Jerome and Bajan, 1,366. Well, guys, we can go and already start to call it now. This is about to be a victory lap. I don't even know if we can see this amount of points be accomplished, even if Techno and Filza did not play.
Even if they get stuffed in a block right off the beginning.
I think as long as they find 2, 3, 4 kills, and I'm being very generous here.
Right.
They won. They won. That's it.
It's
already.
It's
4th
now,
title.
It's now so first is pretty much solidified. It's now a question: who's going to get 2nd through 4th?
Yeah.
Because 2nd through 4th is about 100 points between each other. Especially 3rd and 4th. I mean, they're literally 30 points between each other. But it's
you
like
just want to know how much the distance is from 1st to 2nd.
Just like 380 something.
366. So you need a record-breaking amount of kills and points in this game. You also need Technoblade and Coach to just not play.
And you also need to just add in an additional find the button without
Techno
that would be
and
nice. Phil's just not playing.
Imagine this. What if we played a Find the Button course while also having Hunger Games at the same time? So you're pressing buttons while also
Could you imagine?
swinging around.
PvP elements in Find the Button. That would be...
What can I say?
That could potentially be fun, but...
That'd be interesting. Imagine how many points you'd find.
That would be amazing.
Whew.
I think
Imagine
that,
how many points Marone would find.
No gosh.
Oh gosh.
That'd be
I think
crazy.
that Afmao was wearing a Technoblade skin there at the start, so some tribute being paid. But this is going to be a fun one here. Of course, we have been on SG4. This is one of the OG maps. We've, of course, seen this here, and we've seen it all the time. But, guys, the real question is, can Jerome, I think, and Bajan hold on to second place once again? That is really the conversation for the time being.
They got third how many times? Like 6 times in a row?
Bajan Canadian has it 6 times.
So it's like he could
6
only
third places.
So how many second places now are we going to look at before we finally get a first?
I mean, I'll take second place over third. I mean,
Well, that's fair.
it's definitely an upgrade,
But
but
I mean, then again, Techno, though, going for his first ever, really the first ever in Minecraft Monday, 4th first place finish.
yeah, it'd be crazy, right? That'd be the most championships out of anybody. And that's the reason why we kind of had this conversation ahead of today. It was going to be really Bad Boy Halo and most prevalently Skeppy, right? Finding his 3rd championship last week. He and Vicstar, a very solid week, just narrowly won that one out over second place. But still, the fact that our conversation today was ended within 2 games of who had actually had that opportunity is crazy to think about. Like, I really had a lot of hopes for Bad Boy Halo and Skeppy. I really thought they were going to at least be in top 3, but for them to not really be in that conversation right now, for maybe even being in the top 5, is crazy to think about. But here's that conversation, right? We're talking about XQC and Moxie. Can they overtake that second place position? Can they beat that roster? And it looks as if right now, the way they started off, somewhat solid, but at the same time, it's really about when Marome wants to try and turn up.
Hi, Sky asking how to get wood. You find it in a crate.
Yep.
That's really.
There you have it.
So I'm curious, are High Sky and Ewok trying to farm?
I think they might be.
That's terrible. Someone's got to let them know, please. It's not necessary.
Basti just takes down Captain Sparkles and Connor. So this is a roster we talked about could
In the last
kind of
Hunger
play
game,
spoils. And I'll be honest, this was a very solid call-out coming in from U9. You talked about how, hey, this could be a roster to look out for. I know their first game today on Hunger Games was not the greatest, but regardless of that, they've been very consistent throughout most game modes, more specifically in terms of that last match that we just saw in Spleef, right? Basti winning back-to-back.
Well, we have what? I think maybe 5, maybe 6 of our modes are PvP modes in some variants.
Yeah.
So if you can win one Hunger Games and win it convincingly, not because you just waited and 3-peat at the end,
right?
That typically means that you have the skill set to put up some big points. And another pick there coming from Basti. So, oh, God, guys, a diamond sword for Techno already.
Yeah, plus a Gapple.
Oh, this is crazy. Skeppy takes out Vicstar. Jerome going to wait as Bad Boy Halo runs away. So they are still fighting to try to get the big points as well. Like we said, XQC and Moxie trying to push, see if they can get second and get a new best score for themselves. But this is a rough spot for Skeppy to be. Can he turn this around? He might be able to get both of them.
Skeppy, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Comes through, takes out second place. They're now gone.
Oh, and now the chase comes in. Techno going after XQC and Moxie. And
if they go, that's third place, 9.
That is. They have an opportunity now that second place is already down. So watch this. Techno has the inner pro. What is he going to do? And he's going to do it. He's going to knock him off to try to get some damage here. Where's Filza? Where's Filza? Needs to come in and help with this.
Techno still with the Gapple, too, if he gets in a little bit of trouble. So go ahead and push through. Taking their time. Now with second place gone, third place potentially gone as well. Now we're in the talking of Papa Platt and Basti, who won the last Hunger Games last week. Did very well as they continue to turn up for this week, too. Moxie, though, he's going to go ahead and dip out. He's going for the survival points. That's an engagement you really can't afford to take. Diamond Sword, you're looking at not a lot of armor for yourself. And Skeppy in this area, too. So you got a lot of heavy hitters here, but you got to imagine if Techno and Filza, they take all these heavy hitters down. I mean, there's no question they got first already. It's going to solidify it 100%.
Yeah.
How far were they away in points, you said?
Which one?
Over 300.
Well, with Marome, they were 366 or something like that points
From
down.
third?
From second.
I meant in terms of
XQC and Moxie in third, they were sitting at 1,257 points. Techno and Filza was at 1,732. So that's just under 400 points.
Right, but how far away was XQC and Moxie from second place? How far away?
Second place?
About 100.
About 100.
Okay, so this is doable.
Yeah, they could take second.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I was curious, like the overall variant, because I know we were kind of getting in the mix of like, oh my gosh,
Second
there's
through
300
fourth,
points away, there's 500 points away, but so the fact that they're already down is crazy to think about. But
they could have their best placing this week.
Yeah, absolutely. They went from 4th, kind of somewhat consistently to 3rd last week, and like you said, 2nd.
It's not bad.
This could be their time on the right week. This could be their chance. Maybe for future, right? If we talk about Technoblade not having the greatest teammate, maybe if they have a slow week, which doesn't happen very often, but it's few and far between. They have a good week, and they can become champions. They are a top contender.
I agree.
If you're not taking them seriously, it's about time. These guys are fiends.
Well, I know the chest just refilled. Techno fills at their natural habitat in the center by the enchantment book.
Yeah.
And they just got free reign to every single item in those chests. That means snowballs, potentially getting ender pearls. Got a soup as well. I mean, they're set up. You can't stop them. Gapple. 2 dynamite. Or TNT, rather. So it's like... And Moxie and XQC are currently split.
I think they, again, it was forced. You saw that the way that Techno split the 2 of them up there, so they need to reconfirm. There are enough available picks and points left on the map for them to surpass what Team Marome was able to put up, but they're going to need almost all of these, and on top of that, they're going to need to finish first to get that bonus as well.
You see Bad Boy Halo just looking over that gate, wondering what could have been here in week number 10, but still holding off. XQC looking for some loot, wanting to re-engage. We talked about just on the cusp of that possible 2nd place finish. But who can play spoiler? Who can start to ruin things? Bad Boy Halo and Skep, who we know, right? A team that has placed at least 2nd 4 times. A team that has finished 1st twice together. Skeppy being a 3-time champion himself, he at least wants to go out with a bang.
And I think he's playing the headhunting role right now. You see he's nowhere near Bad Boy Halo, but he has a diamond sword. He's going to go and try to make something happen there. Like you said, go out with a bang. And speaking of a bang, oh no, you came to the wrong neighborhood right now. But look at that, not going to pursue. Say, you know what, you're going to have to come here eventually. Let's finish this in the center, shall we? Both of them have diamond swords on top of everything else.
Just the icing on the cake,
Yeah.
It's cherry on top.
About to get a little bit interesting.
Moxie dancing for us right now, and Skeppy going to chase him down. Maybe doing a little crouching himself here. So, guys, I think this is a prize fight we might see right here between these two.
Very well could be. Skeppy hot under pursuit. Only 5 teams remain, 9 players.
He is crouching as he jumps. Now he spun. Now he spins. Okay.
Oh. Do they? Just curious, do they actually really want to fight?
It's a game of tag. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It's just little kids just out in the meadow, just kind of chilling out. Ender Pearl thrown. And Skeppy now going on the attack on another player. I think he split off maybe from Moxie. Techno, though, finds a player, and that is going to be Spy-Fi. They're going to back off.
They're playing for the win right now. Even with the entire lead that they have, they're waiting and playing for the lead. They are not pursuing too deep to risk it. And poor A6D here. Going to tag him up a little bit. Oh, no. Not even going to land. No mercy.
If you throw an Ender Pearl and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Does it?
It definitely does.
The sound of sadness as it doesn't land.
Oh, Zerka.
Well, now the question is, will Techno and Filza break 2,000 points for the first time? 4th, first place finish, and the first team to ever break 2,000 points.
Pretty nice day's work on a Monday.
Oh, instantly turns around, though. This is the roster we talked about. Could play spoiler, tossing out the TNT, and actually Skeppy throws down his own sword. He's got some leather boots in his hand. Switch those classes over as Techno takes down Bad Boy Halo, and Filza drops Moxie. 2 talented rosters now somewhat singled out. Skeppy actually had an axe out for a moment. He's got everything in the bag, and despite taking down 1, which will be Filza, it is Technoblade still reigning true, teammate or not. This man is an absolute beast. And XQC possibly could be eliminated here shortly. Regardless of that, though.
Spiffy
what can he get done?
Spiffy and XQC, we have 3 left. And oh my goodness, if you're Spiffy right now, this has got to be horrifying to see, right? It's like that scene from Jurassic Park where hiding between the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Spinosaurus as they fight.
What? Great comparison.
Of course it's Techno. Of course it's Techno!
He has slayed out
Where did he
so
come
many
from?
People. He has slayed out so many people. It's actually insane. And now down to the potential final player.
Be the hero, Spiffy.
Do anything you can. Just try and stay alive.
Did he seriously go back to the enchant table?
He probably did. Wait, oh, hold on. I didn't get this helmet enchanted. There we go. Now everything's set in stone. No armor, fist only. Is that what the call seems to be? Ewok at least wants to attempt at it.
Techno said okay.
He still has armor, though. So
enchanted
that
armor.
may or may not play a factor.
Let me equalize armor.
Is this actually going to happen?
Wow. When you know,
he said, "Well, we'll go and forget the fact that I have a golden apple in my hand." But you know,
so we're punching it out.
Yeah, he ate a golden apple right before he engages here. So this may be
both at 16.
Well, still, yeah,
somewhat
about
even.
The same hearts, yeah.
Oh, but Techno just gets a few right hands there at the end.
What did he
hitting him with some chainmail boots? Spiffy though coming there at the end, regardless though, even fists or not, boots in hand. Technoblade closes it out, as he will be the first player in Minecraft Monday history to hit 4 titles, 4 championships, and it wasn't even close. Wow. The question remains now, usually it's a matter of who got first, who got second.
Did he hit
At
2,000?
this point, it's a matter of, did they reach 2,000? How far did they get? And what is the overall point disparity between the teams that sit just below? I got to say, unbelievable performance. One of the most dominant we have ever seen. Technoblade, Filza, they have a hand in winning Hunger Games. They helped win, or rather they were one of the teams that won Bingo. They won every single Skywars. They were involved in winning one of the games in TNT Run. They won one shot. They won one of the games in Spleef. Literally, they've won every single game in some capacity outside of Find the Button and Parkour Race, which had no victor.
They won both Hunger Games.
They won everything you could outside of Find the Button. Literally. That is unbelievable. That is probably one of the most dominant performances we have ever seen.
There you go, gentlemen.
Respectable. 1,892.
I mean, come on. You get first place by nearly 500 points.
Yeah,
actually, over 500 points.
Over 500 points.
Yeah, very respectable.
Yeah, to say the least, right?
And you know, it's hard, right? Because we've put Techno with everybody that we can put him with. And this is what happens when you put him with a player of Filza's caliber.
I want to see, though, top 10 players' individual stats, because Filza was always in the mix. And Filza has been, at least a top 14 scorer. How well did he do this week? Let's take a look at top 10 now and see where they stand. And unbelievable. Actually, Filza, what did you say his average was going into? It was like 600?
So Filza's overall average coming into today, and based off of mini games alone, was, I think, around the 500, 600s. He hasn't been on a top 10 until this week that we've recorded. So the fact that he is now second, it's crazy to think about, whether it's potential, whether or not it's just playing alongside a guy like Technoblade. This was a consistent duo. Yep. I was honestly thinking we would see more than 1,000 score from Technoblade because his overall average is 920. Yep. So in a game mode where you're thinking, okay, surely things are going to be somewhat elevated, surely things are going to kind of change up a little bit, there wasn't really that much of a shift in terms of Technoblade's overall performance. It was Filza who was right there in tandem with them, which is what you want to see if you're a fan of Technoblade. Some consistency with the teammates.
And not to mention, too, Filza, by the way, like very much so held his weight in basically every game that we saw. I mean, it's represented in the overall scoreline that he had individually, but we saw him being overly aggressive, more aggressive than we've seen in the past from him. And maybe Techno gave him that confidence that he had, of course, my partner, hey, if I get in some trouble, I can back off. Techno's going to be there to kind of, finish the fight, if you will, maybe give me, a hand in the fight overall. But his aggression today really spoke volumes to me. Played the most confident this week. It showed in the individual scoreline. It showed in the overall scoreline for first place. Impressive overall. Techno Filza clearly a duo to watch out for.
Watch out for record books. I don't know if we're ever going to see a score like that for quite some time. That was a fantastic performance all the way up and down. But I'm going to give a shout out to another team Papa Platt and Basti getting 4th
Yep.
place.
Yeah.
An incredible finish for them. I'm happy that I gave you the shout out at the start because you made me very right. XQC and Moxie 3rd place, and of course Team Marome 2nd place again. The victory will have to wait. I was wrong on that one.
Yeah. Well, hey, I gotta say it was a decent attempt, right? Especially when a team is going out like that. We talk about they have a hand in winning every single game outside of Find the Button. We talked about, when it came down to Parkour, nobody won that, so you can't really have a victor in terms of that. But they were at least at the final course, so if you really want to even call it that, they had a hand in winning every single game for the most part, which is crazy to think, but it's no surprise that they have this overall kind of score. The way that they performed was unmatched, and I think it's fair to say, guys, I don't know if we're ever going to see a performance like that happen again, unless, of course, they get duoed up again next week, but still, from start to finish, the very beginning of our first Hunger Games, our question was, how are they going to play? Are they going to play a little bit slower off the start? Once they started to kind of catch wind, once they started to kind of get a little bit of momentum forward, they could not be stopped.
No, they couldn't be. And
Really.
I think this scoreline was only matched by that of PewDiePie and James Charles when they hit 200,000 points in like week 2 or whatever.
I
it
did.
was.
Yep, I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, they 200,000
true.
points. It was crazy because they didn't even win the event, but they still won the event.
It's true.
Only PewDiePie.
Even like on my notes, I still had like first question mark because I mean, technically
overall,
call
though,
them
man,
champions.
I got to say a phenomenal week.
Yeah.
They took a considerable lead that I didn't think it was going to be that spread apart, to be honest, especially since last week was incredibly close. But we knew coming into it, Technoblade with Philza was going to be a talented duo, and clearly they were in the running. Technically, or at least off camera, I guess Landon did say that was their team. So, hey,
I mean,
Landon, you got it right.
Okay, I'll take that.
You got it right. That's fair.
Thank
But overall, Week 10, Minecraft Monday in the books. And got a shout-out to Marome with 2nd place once again. Hopefully we don't see a trend like we did with 3rd places. But 2nd place, still very respectable.
Yeah.
Next week, though, always brings in more surprises. And I can't wait.
I can't either. And, I'm really curious. Like, we talked about how we're not going to see a higher score than this probably ever. So I wonder if this will go down in history as being the best that you can play in Minecraft Monday. I mean, certainly they could have won a couple more games, right? But is it even realistic? Like, at some point you're going to trip up. At some point you're going to slip. And I think that can be one of the new conversations now when we see another power duo like this come together. 1,800. That's going to be where the conversation has to shift to now.
It was almost 1,900. What was like 1,892?
92, 8 points away.
Yeah, so pretty much 1,900 points. That is like we used to like be staggered at 1,000. Like, oh my gosh, they reached 1,000 points. That's incredible. We've nearly doubled that.
Right.
And it's our 10th week.
What a team wrote. So 1,368. I believe that
was
would have gotten
Marome.
2nd place last week too. But the top score last week was 1,500.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Just to put it in perspective, I mean, literally 300-point differential from last week, which we thought was a super solid performance as well when it came down to it. But, man, what a week we had in terms of the way that this one kind of lined out. Our 10th week as well, which is crazy to think about. I mean, any kind of closing thoughts considering the way that Minecraft Monday has progressed over time, the way that Minecraft is booming right now is incredible to be a part of. But, man, 10 weeks and I cannot wait to see exactly how the remaining ones go.
10 weeks, we see, top consistent players still remaining consistent week after week after week. So with that being said, another exciting week. Week 10 now in the books. Week 11 probably going to bring even more excitement.
Looking forward to seeing what Week 11 brings. And again, thank you to everybody who has joined us here for all this, for all 10 weeks. I know there are a few of you out there. We do have Minecraft Monday historians.
Yeah.
And like we said at the start of all this is an ongoing story, right? And I cannot wait to see what the next chapter is going to be. And I hope that you'll join us as this continues to grow and the lore gets thicker every week.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for, of course, tuning in for this week, as these guys very well called it out. I mean, literally from start to finish, when we began Minecraft Monday, we had some high hopes for it, but literally getting toward our 10th week, we've started to kind of establish some personalities, as Taylor discussed, right? Having some consistent top performers. We've got players and rather personalities from all over Twitch who are just thriving to want to be in this thing, and obviously it's always a fantastic time every single moment that we get to be involved with it. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in for this week, and a massive congratulations to Philza and the first ever 4-time champion Technoblade. The Blood God is laughing right now. He's cruising along and possibly eyeing out that 11th week to possibly be a back-to-back champion. It's just a matter of time, it seems to be. But like we talked about, thank you guys so much for tuning in for the entire UMG studio, 9 whole grains and reflections. This is Landon Lano Center signing off for the final time, saying thank you so much for watching and being a part of Minecraft Monday with us, and we'll see you all next time.